Oh, great. He got to
Okay,
go
no,
shoe
no,
shopping.
no, no. Let me clarify this. It wasn't that he had to go shoe shopping that that ruffled our feathers. What happened was we had to stop the game. We were filming. I would say I can't remember exactly. I think we were almost done with the video.
I think we were about halfway.
We couldn't with these videos. You can't just if someone has to leave, they can't just leave because you need everyone there for the full length of it. And we couldn't save and quit and then resume later because we've already destroyed the map. So he had to leave and go shoe shopping, and we had to stop filming and restart about a week later when he came back because we couldn't save the progress of the
And
map.
the biggest kick to the dick about this,
shoe shopping.
The biggest kick to the dick about this is the fact that we had to give him a gold trial.
Yeah.
Because he was running out of Xbox Live Gold membership. So we went to Halo 4 and got the game case and just gave him a trial to do one video. And then he's like, "All right, shoe shopping, let's go. Oh, hi, internet. Yeah. Your son's going."
But yeah, you guys
or your friend rather.
We've already dealt this out, right? Like that wasn't my fault.
Yes, we've accepted it by now, and you know what
It can be dirty unless you.
No. The shoes were not any kind of shoes. Those were like running shoes, like workout shoes.
Oh, running workout shoes. Yeah, I got one pair of shoes, and that's all I wear.
Yeah, that's the way I am. I've got one pair for work, and I've got one pair for everything else.
Wait, work? You work a.
Shut the fuck up! People aren't supposed to know that, you dickbag!
What? They have a dress code that includes shoes? They do?
You're editing this fucking out. I am not. No, it cannot be revealed that I work at.
They actually ask you to wear specific shoes?
Yes.
What kind?
Fucking loafers. I look like I belong in the 1960s, for God's sake.
Why do they do that?
Okay, you know what? You can keep this audio footage, just bleep out. That way, at least it sounds interesting.
No, they're
Yeah.
gonna know where you work at.
No, you're fucking not!
Is that even that big of a deal? Everyone.
Yes!
It's the fact
So many
that
people have worked. It's not like it's an embarrassing thing.
it's the
No,
fact
I
that
don't
he
want.
said.
No, I don't want people to know I fucking work there.
It's the
Well, they
fact.
don't know where you
It's
live.
also the fact that he said. I mean, that might.
Plus, my
open some
boss has
eyes.
actually watched some of my YouTube shit.
Oh.
So if they see me bad mouthing, I'm fucking canned. So that's why you're gonna edit out every fucking part of the past 3 minutes.
Okay, so Robby, just bleep out, right?
And then I'll also bleep out the other thing that he said.
Just make sure no one hears the words.
Robbie,
Okay.
I swear, if I
bad.
watch this fucking podcast
Chris,
and you
Alex,
say,
doing it. I don't wanna
and
keep
if the
having to
audio's
edit
left
it.
in where I work,
Where do you work at?
I cannot be held responsible for what I'm gonna fucking do to you with a hammer.
Does
No, Alex, I'm gonna believe it either way. It's just the fact that Chris keeps saying it.
what?
Shut the fuck up, Christopher!
It's okay. All right. At least you
Fucking
don't work
damn
at like
it.
or anything.
That is true.
Dude, you can be like.
Oh, that's crazy. You have the same name. Don't look the same.
Oh god,
If you
yeah.
cut your hair, you get some bitches.
You know,
Have you heard
that
of
joke
him?
never got any fucking older.
Alex, why do you have such long hair?
For a
for last. Alright, so in music class,
Like a lobster?
Chris, shut up.
in music class, I don't know why, but me and like a couple other kids, it was just like this game, and we were like, hey, let's just like pull our pants down and just run around the class. And
Oh,
we were all
that's
like, dude, I'm in. Hit the whip. Just whip it out.
Oh my god.
I'm showing you my package today.
Yeah. Do you work for UPS? Because you were totally checking out my.
God delivered. I'd sign for it.
World
Keeps on spinning.
And then so anyway, there was like probably 4 or 5 of us, and we were all just like sitting in a circle. So the teacher was probably like, "What the hell are these kids doing?" They're like starting
5-year-olds in a circle. This is not
starting
good.
a Ku Klux Klan.
Hopefully not
And
circle
then-
jerking.
Yeah. I didn't want to say.
I mean, you guys are already halfway there.
And then so there's like 4 or 5 of us, and we were like doing a countdown. But you know how you count down from like 3? For some reason, we started at 17. I don't know why I remember that. We started at 17. And we went down.
Thing I've heard.
And we're like shouting this, and then the teacher was like, "Get quiet." This was around like 13, and then so we were like, 12, 11.
See, if I was a teacher in your class, I wouldn't be weirded out that these kids are sitting in a circle pulling their pants down. I would walk over and say, "Why the hell are you starting at 17, you stupid asses?"
Well, today is July
You're
17th.
in kindergarten. Did you learn a little bit of math while you were there?
But so anyway, so we got down to the countdown, and we were like 3, 2, 1. And I pulled it down, and I ran in circles around the class, and I'm like, "Hey, look at this small thing."
Wait, your dick was hanging out?
Yeah.
What? You didn't put up. You pulled your underwear down too, like in one fast motion. You pulled both down.
Yeah, I know. Kindergarten was a thug year. I'm telling you. And then so I'm running around the room, and the
Dick flopping around.
The teacher's chasing after me. Everyone is like running to the side, and then he finally catches me, and I look around, and I'm the only one who did it.
Aww.
Aww, it's
Everyone
so
else is
sad.
The 4 or 5 other kids were just looking at me and laughing and pointing, and look how small that thing is. It's like the David.
I bet all the girls were just freaking traumatized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like skip 5 years later, and they're in 5th grade, which is
They're
5
like,
years
"Whoa,
later, and they're like
Camden
being
was
taught
a
health,
beast."
and they're like being taught health. And they're like, "All right, girls, this is what a penis looks like," and they're like, "Yeah,
Oh,
we
I
know
know.
what that looks like."
No, they're gonna be like, man, that looks a lot like Camden's.
Yeah. Is that
Is that Camden? Did he model for this
Teacher,
movie?
is it okay if I saw a penis in kindergarten?
The
Do you
teacher
have a
just like,
brother? No.
that's just like a big awkward silence.
Dude, kindergarten. Wait, Camden, how do you feel knowing that most likely you were the first penis a lot of girls saw?
Whoa.
You know, the ultimate plot twist to this would be if in that classroom that day is one of the girls that Camden ends up marrying.
Nah.
like
I don't know any of them.
like when she gives her her vow, and it's like she's written her own
I
vow,
s-
and she'll be
I
like,
saw your
"Camden,
penis in kindergarten.
the moment I met you, I saw your penis.
It was
I
very
knew
little.
I just had to have it.
I
I waited all these years for you, Camden."
Okay.
Dude, I'd be creeped out. That line,
More
that
creeped
line
out
right
than
there,
she is of you because you ran around with your dick flopping around in
that
kindergarten.
line right there can end a relationship. I've been waiting years for you. Oh, because I just kind of met you like yesterday.
You'd marry a girl that you've only known for a day?
Well, no, not marrying. I'm just saying like if she randomly said like I've been waiting for a guy like you for years.
Dude, Camden, marry that girl. Marry her anyway. Marry
Marry
that
that
girl.
girl. Okay. Anyway, I have more. Don't worry.
Oh wait, there's more.
Please continue.
There's one. I'll tell the really dumb one. There was one where me and
Because
my
the other one
friend.
wasn't.
I forget his name. Oh well. Sorry, you won't be famous. But he
call him
was
Dick.
black and bald, which I guess most of them are. I'll stop with that. But like it was a game to us. Every kindergarten story I've noticed has to do with a game. That's how gosh darn competitive I was. And then so we were just like playing a game, and we were like, he said, "Hey, whoever quits first is a loser." And I was like, I didn't want to be a goddamn loser. I was like, whatever this game is, I'm in. And then so he was like, okay, we're just gonna like just bash our heads against each other until the other person says I can't do it anymore. And I was like, I'm so in. And so it was like in the hallway. So you know how they make us walk in a line.
Yeah.
So
Like
so
concentration
we were in
camps.
line. We were like near the back, but they're like still able to hold some kids up. So we just like stopped because this game was serious. Like in the beginning, we were just kind of like he'd turn around real quick, we'd bash our head, and then he'd turn around and then keep walking, and then like it got serious. Like we were mad at each other.
The worst part about this is I'm gonna be living with this idiot in like 3 years.
And we wonder what's so wrong with him.
We were just like, like at one point he just like stopped. He just stopped the line, held up the line. He was just like, boom, 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 and we just kept hitting each other. And then, like, we held up some kids in the back, and the funniest thing was they were like cheering us on, like, yeah, go, knock his brains out.
It's like an arena, like Gladiator, for bashing heads against each other.
Yeah.
Are you not
Are you not
entertained?
Boy, are you not entertained?
And,
Can't feel my fingers.
and so I lost, but I guess we both lost because we both got sent to the principal's office for holding up a goddamn line. I'll tell a story that actually doesn't have to do with me. It has to do with my grandpa.
Oh. You
So
have one?
Alright, lucky us.
It's still kindergarten because, you know, it's thug year for everyone in
Yeah.
kindergarten. And then so we did, my grandpa never picks me up, but like my mom and dad were like, we're working and we need someone and you're our last hope. And he's like,
Help me, Obi-Wan.
okay. And then so he went to get me. I tried thinking of something funny and I couldn't. So he came to get me. And then so my parents had told me before, like, okay, Pop Pop's gonna come get you. That's what I called him, don't make fun of me. Pop Pop's
You're
gonna
an
come
idiot.
get you. And then I already had a grandpa. I called one of them grandpa, I called the other Pop Pop.
I had a grandpa, I called him uncle for some reason.
You're dumb.
I was like 10, and my parents were like, he's not your uncle! I was like, I know.
You are not the father.
I
This
had
time.
I had a cousin who was like really old, so I called him Uncle Paul. And then so everyone always yelled at me because I called him uncle, and I'm like, stop yelling at me.
Dude, I have an Uncle Paul.
Nice. They should like get together and like bang.
Their heads against each other. I'll cheer them on.
Are you not entertained? And
You
so
can be
anyway,
their coach, train them.
The lobster.
Alright, I got some experience here.
I after school I was just like sitting there. He was like, he'll be a little late since he lives far away, so just wait in the principal's office. So I went and sat in the principal's office.
Bet that guy loved you. You're always in there.
Yeah. Oh well. And then so I was just sitting in there, and I was waiting, and waiting, and waiting. And then meanwhile, I didn't know this, but meanwhile, my grandpa, he got the wrong kid.
What? He couldn't even recognize his own grandchild?
It was winter. We had big coats. He had the hood on, and he was just like, "Let's go, Camden." And the little dumb kid was like, "Alrighty." Got him all the way back to his house, and it was like 30 minutes away. And
You
then
didn't
he
like
was
try
just
to talk to him on the way there, like, so Camden, how was school?
he did, and then
And the
he
kid
like,
did
never
say,
answered.
who's Camden?
Well, he never said my name. That was the thing. He never said my name, and then the little kid
Wow.
never answered. And then so he got in the house, and then he was like, "All right, you want a cookie, Camden?" And he like took the jacket off, and he was like, "Oh shit, you're not Camden."
It's like, you want a cookie? Who the hell are you, Smack? No cookie for you, you little
If
shit.
he ran away, that would have been really bad. And so my parents like left work early, and they came back to school, and they got there at like the same time, and then like the other parents were there, and then they were like yelling at my parents, like, "How could you be so irresponsible?" and stuff like that. And so my parents were just like, "I don't know, our grandpa, he's dumb, he's old, don't make fun of him." Yeah, that was quite a sight, and I'm just sitting there like watching it all happen, and I'm just like sitting there with my popcorn. I have a soda and like a beach chair.
Yep. You're sitting there thinking this is the one and only time I'm not the problem.
Yeah. All right, my last kindergarten story. This is my favorite.
We're almost halfway through it.
Yeah.
We're still talking about goddamn kindergarten.
Sorry.
It's fine, it's thug life.
Sorry. Yeah, it's Thug Life. This is the Thug Life podcast. Dun, 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 dun.
Late night with Thug Life Deep Sheep.
Put that in there.
Thug
then,
Life with Deep Sheep.
Like the lobster?
Well, yeah, like the lobster. And then so we were at recess, and then we were just throwing this rock, and we were just seeing like, I don't know how many people were there, but there were guys and girls.
Were there
some reason,
scissors and paper as well?
For some reason, I remember that detail, that there were guys and girls, because
That's so crazy.
my mom always said like, "What were you boys doing?" And I would always be like, "There were girls too, bitch."
Don't want to
then-
single them out, Mom.
You don't act like you women are just so good.
Yeah, stop being sexist.
And then yeah, because I knew what that meant in kindergarten.
Mhm.
And then so we were just throwing the rock, and it was like back and forth, and then like there was this trash can right next to the school. And then so I was like, I'm gonna throw it in this goddamn trash can, and you all are gonna cheer the goddamn Christ out of me. And then they were like, you won't throw it in the trash can. You can't throw it that far. And I was like, you don't think I can throw it that far? And they were like, no, I don't think you can throw it that
I'm
far.
Camden frickin' Praisner.
Yeah, I'm Camden frickin' Praisner. I'll throw whatever I want, however the amount of distance. And then so anyway, I threw the rock, and it went way over the trash can. And it went through the 5th grade window. I just broke the window right then and there.
And those are hardcore windows too. I remember it was like a prison.
Yeah.
It was like the
those are
Shawshank
not-
prison.
Yeah, those are not meant to break.
You know what I did next? The teacher, for some reason, we were throwing rocks when the teacher was right next to us. The teacher was like, turned around, stared at the window for a solid 5 seconds, turned back at me, and I'd never seen any eyes bigger. And you know what I did after that?
Pulled down your pants.
Threw a rocket there.
Threw a rock at the teacher.
I ran away.
Grabbed no shoes and nothing, Jesus. Where'd you run to?
Like the playground, because what I did was I got on the
That's
playground.
uncharted territory.
Yeah.
I got on the playground, and so there was like 3 teachers after me. I felt like a fugitive from America. Just call me Roman Polanski.
Dude, he raped a girl.
Okay, but
Like
there's
that,
nothing
though.
funny
Give him
about
credit.
Yeah.
And anyway,
Shut up.
So I felt like a fugitive because there was like 3 teachers just like on my tail, and I like jumped up the slide and I climbed up it, and like I felt so good because the teachers couldn't do that because they were too fat. And I was like making faces at them as if I
You're a
wasn't
despicable little thing.
as if I wasn't in enough trouble. I was just like making faces at my teachers like, man, Anna Boo Boo, you can't catch me. And all of a sudden, this goddamn traitor, one of the kids that I was throwing the rocks with, he climbed up this thing behind me, and he grabbed me, and he threw me down.
Oh my god, that
He was
rat.
like threw me down, and I landed on the mulch. I was like, ow, my arm. What's wrong with you? The thing that pissed me
Betrayal.
off the thing that pissed me off the most, that kid never got in trouble for almost breaking my arm.
Wow, what a douche.
But I got in trouble for breaking a wall and making faces at teachers. But what?
But no,
Not
pulling
fair.
down your pants and showing your tiny ass freaking floppy kindergarten cock isn't
Dude,
bad at all.
I remember
Hey, you
this
don't know
one
what I
time.
got.
What? Hello?
What'd you get?
Okay, alright, this is what I got one time. I was in 2nd grade, alright, and there was this kid, alright, his name was Jacob. I hate the name Jacob because it's a little prick, okay? He was like this little bitch who would whine and complain about everything and like throw a temper tantrum so he could get his way, and I hated that because I was like in 2nd grade, and I'm like, bitch, we're past that, okay? You didn't finish that when you were 3, come on. So, we were on this like field trip thingy where like, you remember that, like, they would park this truck so that you would practice like a fire exit or whatever, and you would have to like crawl your way out of the truck. Did you ever do that? Was it like
No.
maybe it was like a bus or something? I don't know. Anyway, it
I
was like
don't
a
know.
fire drill type thing.
Maybe
They're
you were
testing
like a
out. They're
bus
like,
or
this is what you
something.
do if you ever end up in this situation. I'm 17 years old, still have yet to end up in that situation. Thanks, school. But anyway, so you're practicing that, all right? Okay. So then we lined up in the line, you know, like concentration camp style, and this kid, Jacob, he thought I butted in front of him. So he was like, hey, you cut it. And he pushed me. And that really pissed me off. Because I was like, I hate you enough. So I tackled him and knocked him to the ground. And he started like wailing and crying so badly. And I was like, get over it, you little bitch. And my teacher walked over. She's like, I saw you do that. And I was like, he pushed me first. And she was like, you go to the back of the line. I was like, what the hell? So I ended up in the back of the line while dumb little Jacob crying and stuff. He stuck his tongue out at me. I remember it to this day. He stuck his tongue out at me and then got to stand in that line.
That was the worst tongue I've ever seen.
I know. I never forgot that to that day. Apparently, a girl had like been stung by bees, so my teacher was in a really bad mood, so she did not feel like trying to be fair. She was just, and but the whatever the hell it's called, it felt like they like say on the announcements, but it'll feel like this, and it felt like 105, I think it was. And Camden, you weren't outside the whole day filming, but me and Grant were. We were outside filming from noon to 6. So that's 6 straight hours of filming outside in 105-degree weather. That was rough. In fact, Robby, it was so rough because so like I get this thing where like when I'm really nervous, to film a video, my stomach just feels uneasy. Like I get stomach aches all the time. Like, you know how you get headaches or whatever? Most people say, oh, I got a headache. I don't really get headaches that much. But stomach aches, I get them all the time. And that's what I get when I'm really nervous to film a video. So I was up hanging out with y'all, and then I was like, oh, no, it's 3 a.m. I got to wake up in a couple hours to film a video. So, well, because I have to drive down and shower and all that. So really, I had to wake up at like 10 or whatever, and like I was not in bed yet. And I was like, this is less than 8 hours. It's not going to go well for me. So anyway, I was already sleep deprived. And then I ate cereal and the milk didn't sit well, so I was already in a stomach ache and stuff. So we go over and then we're filming in 105-degree weather, and we didn't really have any food at the house, so all we had was drinks. So I was just drinking a lot. Towards the end, Robby, it got so bad, I actually vomited.
Wow.
I puked out my guts. It was the worst puke I've ever had in my life.
I never got to see it, which was pretty disappointing.
Yeah. What happened was, it was during an intense 1v1 fight with me and Grant, where we had to get it in one take. The take will last for like 15 seconds or so, which doesn't sound long, but in fighting wise, when you're just swinging as hard as you can and running and slashing and killing, that's a lot. Especially when you filmed it 20 times trying to get it right, and then you finally get it right on that one take. We got it right, and as my dad was doing the playback, because he was filming it, this is how psychotic I am. Because we had made the joke a couple hours before that, because I was saying I don't feel good. They're like, oh, if you puke, we should get on camera. I was like, oh, okay. Hours later, he was watching the playback. All of a sudden, I thought in my head, oh no, I'm going to puke. So I couldn't even say anything. So me, the psychotic director that I am, I just put my hand on the camera, pressed pause on the footage, hit the thing so it goes to camera mode, and I just pressed the record button and turned the camera towards me, and I started vomiting like crazy.
What?
Oh.
You made sure you were recording it.
I held my stomach in as much as I could until I hit record, and then it all went out. And
Dude,
then,
that has to be
You were
that
like,
has
"I
to be
have
the
to
after the
record
credits
this."
thing.
I mean, but unfortunately, my dad didn't point it at me because he thought I just didn't want to watch the footage because I was about to puke, and he didn't think he would want me recording me puking, but I wanted it.
Wait, so you didn't get the shot?
No, he got about 9 seconds of it. He turned the camera for like 2 seconds, and you see, puke come out of my mouth. But at the very end, you can hear audio that's horrible. Here, wait, let me get the camera.
Oh, great.
Here, I'll play the audio into the microphone.
Fun.
Oh man.
The audio at the end, as far as I can hear it, it's like you can hear a lot of slush. It was like, it was so horrible because I hadn't eaten anything, so it was just liquid coming out, and it was bad. It was so painful. It was really bad. It just like kept coming out. Wait, let me find
That's
it.
what she said.
No, I said it. I'm a he.
I sit
For
corrected.
now, Caitlin.
Whoa, what's wrong with you? Where is it?
Not
Here
wanna
it is.
Cut your
All
dick
right.
off.
That's the audio.
Ugh, I don't want to hear that shit. Why are you telling me this?
I didn't hear it.
Why are you Why are you making me listen to this?
Put it on again. I didn't hear it.
Again?
Can you hear it? It was bad. It was bad.
I'm gonna
the
throw up.
ending the ending you can hear slush. Like it's not even me going it's just slush.
Fuck you.
Yeah, it was like 6 rounds of
You guys is one of the most like awkward moments of my entire life, honestly.
Awkward moments.
And this happened to me when I was in
I
7th
love
grade. I guess this is Thug Year 2.0. It's 2 stories in a row. But anyway,
They were both in. I got you.
okay.
Gotcha.
Well, anyways, I would have this tutor that would come to my house, and I will name her Callie. She would come over to my house, and she would tutor me there because she didn't have like a certain building to do it at. But anyway, yes, she would come over to my house and stuff like that. And there was one time I was like doing notes for, I think it was Call of the Wild, that book.
Nerd.
Yeah, I was taking notes for it.
Never heard of it.
And we had to do these like definition things, like where we had to write flashcards of these new words in the book that we didn't know of. And I was on dictionary.com, alright? And while I was on my iPad, she could like see me looking it up because she watches everything I do when I'm doing work and going on dictionary.com, and luck be a lady tonight because a freaking porn ad popped up on the screen.
Nice.
And I was just like, holy shit, no. I didn't actually say that, but that was my thought process when this happened. I immediately shut it off and I was like, all right, I'm gonna stick to my phone. If we can have a physical dictionary around here, I think that would be pretty nice too. But no, that was the most awkward I've ever felt in my entire life, and I will never forget that.
Oh, I have a question. Have any of you all, or just anyone in general, has anyone caught you?
What is this? Keeping it weird with the Kardashians? All right. So I was in kindergarten. This is whenever
it's
I
keeping
lived
up with the
in...
Kardashians. Gosh darn it!
What the fuck ever? I'm not that white, okay? Shit. Anyway, this was whenever I was living in North Carolina. Whenever I was in kindergarten, there was a little playground that we had out back. And we had this fake little bridge, and it was like made up of multiple logs of wood chained together, and then there were side rails. Well, a bunch of our friends decided to, like, hey, let's be badasses and jump off the fucking side rails. And they're like, oh, okay, well, let's do that. Then I jump off of it. I'm like, oh, this is fucking cool. I feel like I could demolish a tank. Well,
Whatever kindergarten.
the teacher has to call us in because I guess it's time to go. I decided, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to go balls to the walls with this. So I climbed to the very top of the support beam. And I jump off, and, since I'm a kindergartner, I pretty much just make fun of everything. So I saw, like, these two adults just jogging by. So I decided to stick my fucking tongue out going, ah! Well, whenever I fucking landed, my knee caused me to hit my chin, which caused me to stab a hole all the way through my tongue.
Ouch.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. It was delicious. Now, to me, I thought I was holding...
blood, and being a vampire and everything.
Well, I mean, I don't know how vampire kids work,
I don't really know either.
But
Me neither.
I just thought
anyway.
blood, vampires, delicious. Alright, continue.
Anyway, in my head, I thought I was gently holding my tongue from where it was bleeding. I thought I was holding it so it wouldn't fall off. But the teacher said that I was, like, pulling on it, and it was causing, like, the hole to rip even more. And so after they put, like, 15 napkins in my fucking mouth to shut me up and to get the blood, they finally calmed me down to where they had a paramedic come by, and the best way he could explain it would be like the most horrible thing you could ever say to a kid that just got a hole through their fucking tongue. What he said, he looked at me and I was like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna die. and the dude just pats me on the shoulder like, no, Alex, you're gonna be okay. And I'm like, what are you guys gonna do? It hurts. And what this fucking asshole said, he said, we're gonna take a part of your pants, we're gonna put that over your tongue, and we're gonna tape a sharp needle, and we're gonna stab it up and down through your tongue to seal up the hole in your tongue. And I started flipping the fuck out. Like, I ripped off his stethoscope that he had around his neck. I tried to run out the door. And it ultimately, like, took my mom...
Can't do anything without this.
It took my mom, like, 20 minutes of negotiating with me just to, like, calm down. But I still refused to do the patch.
Alex,
or the stitching through with my tongue.
Bitch.
Dude, I was in fucking kindergarten with a hole through my tongue. How would you fucking react if some dude told you that they're going to shove a sharp needle up and down through your fucking mouth?
See, out of all
like
of this,
mimicking your mom.
in all of this story, I find it very shocking how Alex in this situation is more smart than Camden. Because Camden, he'd freaking bang his head against his friends in kindergarten.
All right, it was a challenge, okay?
Okay, you also broke school property, and you also took out your kindergarten dick in front of the entire class.
What?
That's not important.
So anyway, the next couple of days from where I refused to get stitched up, the pain eventually went away, and it healed up enough to where it was almost like a tongue piercing. But the hole was so fucking big to where eventually I just started, like, playing with it. Like, one day we got served chicken noodle soup, and I decided to, like, take the little noodle, and I started, like, running it through my tongue, and I would, like, gross out everybody. I would even like take Sharpies
Hey,
and,
look what I
like
can do, and you're, like,
highlighters and just like
flossing your tongue.
shove them through my tongue, and then I just go around and start freaking people out. And eventually, I got time out every single day for the rest of the year.
That's
Hey,
horrible.
watermelon tongue.
One day, I was at work.
Ow.
You stupid fucking cunt! You are such a you know what? It's just more editing for you, fuck nugget.
Okay.
Anyway, I was at work. I was feeling pretty good. I just got my raise. No, I didn't get a raise. I got a bonus. So I'm like,
I
oh
work
fuck, I fucking hate you. Why do you do this? Why do you fucking do this? Fucking.
Okay,
Anyway.
that was the last one.
Yeah, I'm sure it fucking is you. Fuck, I can't even. Anyway, I just got a bonus on my check, and I was like, fuck, I'm in a pretty good mood. So I'm walking by, going back to my post, and then a customer's walking by, and he seems, I'm going to stress this, he seems like he is in a good fucking mood because he is smiling, and he is just walking, you know, smiling, walking, average man, just doing average fucking white man things and average shit that fucking stupid people do. They're just happy and just fucking, that's it. So I turn to the guy, deciding to be just condescendingly nice and be like, how you doing today, man? No, I said, how you doing today, sir? He's like, he stops. He gets into a fucking stance. He puts his right foot behind his left foot, puts both of his hands in front of his pockets, he looks like he's about to summon a fucking demon, looks me dead in the eye, and he goes, you know what, I'm not gonna lie. Doing pretty fucking shitty now that you decided to open your mouth to me, you little fucking piece of shit. I was like, whoa!
Damn.
Like, on the outside, I was like, excuse me? But on the inside, I'm like, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? I mean, I just asked you how you was.
Sad.
I just wanted to see how well he was doing. But no. He had to bite my fucking head off. And I was like,
You
talking
put
to
your
me?
hand over
He's
your
like-
chest and act like you have a heart attack.
so I was
You
like,
talking to me?
so I was like, excuse me? He's like, here I am, minding my own business, and you decide to invade my personal time, my personal space to greet me when I had no awareness of it. You insult me, you inbred piece of shit. I'm like, excuse me, but do you know what the term inbred means? He's like, yes, it is the act in which...
and like bread.
Yeah, he actually starts to go into the explanation. And it's like, I know what you fucking meant, and I almost could have lost my job from where I cussed at this guy. But I was like, I know you know what the fuck it means, but there's no reason for you to be an asshole. I was just being polite. Next time I see your fucking ugly mug, I'll be a dick to you. Is that what you want, you fucking scab? And then he just gives me the finger and walks off. And I'm
You
like,
called him a scab.
I hope you go home and your wife replaces your dental floss with fucking barbed wire.
Ooh.
I was
Wow.
just being nice, but no. Dude had to be a cunt.
Okay. I'll
Damn it.
say.
Alright, well, that's it with this.
I will say.
Oh, wait, okay, go
one
ahead,
time
go
in
ahead.
kindergarten, and it was.
Oh, must hear.
Nathan, next time you're on the podcast, I hope you know you're telling that story.
No, he's telling it right now.
No, Chris, we gotta end it.
No, I'm ready.
It's
I want to hear how Nathan shit himself.
Well,
How'd you do it?
no, you told me. We're doing it. We're running long.
in my
Did you use your anus?
elementary school, there were actually like bathrooms for every single classroom. So what it was is that we were all just sitting around in the circle, just like, and the teacher was reading to us, so I just got up
Circle jerk.
and had to use the bathroom, and I was just a little too late.
And you just drop a deuce
Did
in your
it
pants?
soak through the
Oh
underwear?
no, because I put my head out of the door and it says, yeah, I pooped myself. And it told me to go to the nurse, and I just was walking down the hall with my pants, just like, and it was embarrassing.
They made
Yeah.
you walk with it?
Oh, that's messed
Now-
up.
Alright, now was it like a tiny little, little
No.
pinch of a shit was like a full-blown like chocolate cake in your ass.
Yes. I say that.
It was a chocolate cake.
Pretty much.
Oh,
That's
man.
amazing. Nathan
We just
shit himself.
we just learned more about Nathan. Not only does he now talk more, but he also has a crappy ass computer with no editing software. But now we know he has shit himself in the past.
We've all shit ourselves.
No, I'm glad to say I have
We're
never shit
shit
myself.
buddies.
I have never shit myself.
Shut up! You have shit
I have
yourself. Do
never
not.
shit
You were
myself.
shitting me.
I-
You have shit yourself.
I have never shit
You
myself.
have shit yourself.
No, I have
You know
not.
what? You haven't eaten bacon, so you can't talk shit.
hasn't
All
eaten
right.
bacon?
That's it for this late night with Deep Sheep. Thank you very much.
Cheap porno, all right.
Well, oh wait, I already
in
have our
in the
names
main-
written down somewhere. I
Okay,
gotta
okay,
find
okay.
our names.
So here are the ones that
no,
Camden,
hang on. I'll find the list. You talk, do shit.
Okay. You find the list while I do this. So, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's Robbie. Let's work together. Come up with a plot synopsis here. And I use the word plot synopsis really fucking loosely. All right.
What the hell?
So Fudge Pants.
Like, do I
so
have
Fudge.
to help
Okay.
you?
How about this?
Yes,
Fudge
help him.
Pants goes missing, and
Oh,
the
God.
main character, the main. I see. I need. This is where I need the names, Chris.
I'm trying to find them. You
What's
Okay.
what's the name of the female Fudge Pants?
Strawberry skirt.
Strawberry skirt, yeah.
Okay,
Strawberry
strawberry
skirt.
slut.
So
Strawberry slut.
Okay.
Fudge Pants, more like fuck pants, or fuck boy.
No, fuck pants.
Fuck Pants. Okay. So basically, Fuck Pants is out in the woods and he goes missing, and he's fucking Strawberry Slut. And pretty much what happens is what happens next will blow your mind
And your dick.
and your dick. And basically what happens next is they get abducted by the evil Dr. Fuck. And Dr. Fuck,
We don't have a doctor in Deep Sheep.
Daniel. 'cause he's
we
smart
do.
Okay.
We do, if I damn well say so.
If you damn well say so, okay.
And Robbie, Ding, it's now your turn.
Ding.
enough. Oh God. And then, Dr. Fuck, is that his name?
Yeah, Dr. Fuck.
Dr. Fuck is just trying to, analyze the way.
Hey.
Analyze the way that two sheeps have sex. And then the rest of Deep Sheep comes in and walks in and sees Dr. Fuck analyze the two sheeps having sex, and they notice that he is jerking off to two sheeps having sex, and then ding.
Okay. Chris, you're really taking your sweet
I'm
ass.
trying to find it. Suck a dick.
Okay. Basically, so okay, what happens after this is they're trying to
Bitch
find.
ass. I can't find this damn shit.
I have them memorized.
Oh shit. I found him.
Okay. All right. Chris, ding, and it goes to you. Chris, it's your turn. Go.
So then,
Plot synopsis.
so then, Camden comes in. He comes in and finds Strawberry Slut, and decides to get his friend Coxus and Dickiel to have a four-way with Strawberry Slut, but it doesn't work out because Alaxx comes in and stops the whole parade. But then they all decide to be quiet because Natits showed up.
Oh my God.
So they decided to rename Strawberry Skirt or whatever her name was to Spend Slut.
Oh, no.
And then they crowned the king Rim Jobby and all have an orgy.
Hey, I'm actually king for once. I've never won it.
Rim Jobby. Rim Jobby is the best one. Rim Jobby.
Alright, can we get off that subject now?
Alright, but basically the end of the story is Rim Jobby becomes king. Strawberry Slut and Fudge Pants actually get they overdose on like fucking heroin. And basically the final part of it is Camden, Spend Slut, Nay Tits, and what was your name, Chris?
I don't even remember. Coxus. Yep.
Coxus. They all have a 5-way. How many characters did I
I
put
don't
in?
know. It's a big
Okay,
way.
they have a 5-way with the 2 dead sheep. So if they're committing necrophilia.
Why did we
and
kill him? What?
No, they
with the 2 dead, they overdosed. Remember?
Oh, that makes sense.
They overdosed on marijuana drugs.
No, they overdosed on alien wanna.
Oh yeah, okay, that's better.
That's good.
And then basically the last thing that they say, the last dying words were, "Holy shit, Spencer's so tired. Like, please get him to bed."
Pretty much. By the way, Spencer, you have replaced Robby as the king of falling asleep.
All right, moving on. Chris, what was that thing you wanted to?
All right, so in my school, there's a class called design, and we get to watch movies in the theater. Not as fun as you would think. It's a design class, so he plays movies that are not meant for story and awesomeness. It's meant for the shots to look good. And I've watched probably the most boring movies I've ever seen in my life in that movie theater. We've watched 3 so far, all of them. Well, the first one was okay. It was an Orson Welles movie. I forget what it's called. Something like Touched by Evil.
1984.
Wrong.
Animal Farm.
That's
George Orwell. Damn it.
yeah. Anyway,
Whatever. I don't know
Orville
anymore. Orson
Redenbacher.
Welles.
And so there's this guy named Ben, and he's Asian. I don't know why I needed to add that detail, but he's Asian, so that way I can paint a clear picture. And so he was sitting next to me, and
Does he have squinty eyes?
well, he's Asian, so
Does he have black hair?
yeah, he's Asian.
Does he have like a flat face?
Yeah.
All right. Now I
Camden,
have a
that's
clear
as stupid as
depiction.
asking if a white person is awkward.
I'm not awkward.
Well, you would know, Spencer.
Whoa.
Anyway, so we're sitting next to
Well,
each
you
other,
would know
and,
best of
and
all.
we're so bored as dicks throughout this movie. And we're just like silently talking to each other. Everyone else is actually a really good audience. They're all really quiet about it because the movie's not really entertaining, so no one's laughing or crying or shouting or anything. We're just all quiet. And me and Ben are just talking, and most people can hear us. And it was actually like a really like pervy movie. Like there was a lot of like sex and nudity and stuff. And the first
Nice.
time there's this like 60-year-old woman who brings this guy into the bathroom, and she's like, look down there. And then he lifts up her dress, and she's not wearing any underwear or anything. It's just her vag. And then she slaps him and says, "You're in trouble now unless you help me." We're like, what? And I just like turned to Ben, and I was like, dude, she got mad push. And he started laughing, and then he just goes, "Yeah, man, she got mad bush." He shouts it so loud, and everyone can hear. I'm like, "What the hell, dude?" And he's just laughing, and everyone's looking at us like we're, like we have dicks for eyeballs, and it's really weird. There was other times where like we'd be sitting there, and we have no clue what's going on, and we're just like looking at the screen, and it's just the weirdest shit we've ever seen in our lives. And then slowly, you could just hear Ben sitting next to me going, "What the f***? What the f***? What the f***?" He's just like saying it louder and louder, like, dude, shut up. And there was,
You
like,
just said that on our first late night with Deep Sheep.
and he's sitting there, and there was this music that literally just went bong, 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 bong. That's the music, and they played it so much throughout the movie. And there were times, and Ben raps, so we're just sitting there, and then all of a sudden, you just hear him go,
Maddie Ben
bum,
raps.
bum, 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 and he's like rapping to it, and I was joining in. Anytime the music came on, we were making beats in the background, and everyone's just looking at it like, "Can you shut up?" And we're like, "No, we're having fun."
So, Chris, is that the first time that anyone's ever heard you say the F
We're
word?
censoring it, Camden.
Okay.
But and during another nude scene where this woman, this is how weird the movie was. So in the beginning, this woman, she's like 60, she gets in a car crash and loses her leg, and halfway through,
What?
why is that funny? And halfway through the movie, she's,
How do you use your leg? How do you lose a leg from a car crash? I can understand like
That
maybe
was in a
breaking
Quentin
a bone.
Tarantino movie.
What?
I forget. Oh wait, maybe it wasn't. The girl's leg was sticking out of the window.
I don't know. Anyway,
And then they got in a car crash, so like
but-
the car stopped and her leg went.
You have to
flying
get
out.
into a pretty goddamn serious car crash to freaking have your leg get chopped off.
but anyway, so this
Well,
guy,
yeah.
I'm telling my story. And this woman She's depressed about only having one leg, and
My
she
hands
tells.
on my
By the
penis.
way, she's dating 2 different men who are also twin brothers who were separated at birth from Siamese twins. So.
So like Whoopi Goldberg. I don't know.
Except,
People stayed away from me. I was like, back up or I'll hit you with my fucking.
yeah, and
That's
there was
cool.
like this like
That's really cool,
strap
Chris.
thing that attached to it. Thanks, Robbie. I'm really glad you're listening.
Robbie, you're adopted.
No, really, you are, Robbie. Have you seen the Instagram? Everyone look on Robbie's Instagram. It's Rocker Z Zoom. It's crazy. Anyway, and so there was a strap connected to my lunchbox, so like I could get like distance with it, and the little kid was pissing me off, and he was like in 3rd grade, and he was leaning down, and for some reason the dumbass was looking at his pencil, and he's laying there, and I got pissed, so I just grabbed my lunchbox and went smacked him on the face. Didn't realize
You did?
he was looking at the point of his pencil, and he had it right above his eye. So my lunchbox smacked his hand, and he stabbed himself in the eye.
Oh my god.
Wait, dude, that actually is so bad.
I
really?
got kicked off the bus for it.
You only got kicked off the bus.
Dude, holy shit, was he okay?
Wait, you mean
was
right then
crying
and there,
and shit,
or
but I
they
didn't
said you're
care.
not allowed to ride on the
Was
bus
he?
anymore?
Is he okay? Is he blind?
I don't know. I don't even remember his name.
I'm pretty sure
Wow.
it
It
was
just goes to show you
I bet
that
it was-
Christopher Cox doesn't give a shit about anyone other than himself.
Not if I don't like you. It's like
he'll,
I didn't like him.
he'll
Smack.
do anything to get what
You
he wants. He'll
st-
smack
you don't
in
feel
the
Smack.
any
face.
Oh, shit,
sympathy?
I
The
believe
fact that
maybe
you just
shouldn't have
stabbed
your
him in the
pencil above
eye?
your eyeball.
You stabbed the kid in his eye.
It's like you're making fun of a bull, and then you just hop in the arena and strip naked right in front of it. What do you think's gonna happen? The bull's just gonna carry you out of there safe and sound?
There you
No,
go.
you're gonna get a
That's
horn
so
up your
different,
urethra.
though.
But you stabbed a kid in the eye.
I didn't mean to.
That's
Technically, he stabbed himself. I just kind of,
Assisted.
You got it.
Manslaughter.
I encouraged his hand to gravitate downwards.
That's like saying that one girl that encouraged her boyfriend to to commit suicide. She did nothing.
You're right. She didn't do anything. He's the one that did it.
Are you serious?
Well, no, she's a psycho
I'm just
bitch.
kidding. Just get back to non-offensive stuff.
Suicide's not the answer, kids.
Unless you're Christopher Cox. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm not killing myself. I got way too much to live for.
I haven't.
I mean, yeah, guys, look
so
out for him.
much.
He might stab you in the eye.
No, that was my younger years. I've
Those
moved.
are
All right,
life years.
he might stab one of us in the eye, not you guys.
No. If I ever
You
catch you
all
guys
are
doing
safe.
drugs, though, I am gonna punch you in the throat.
This is too weird.
Well, you asked.
I guess.
Spencer, you got any stories?
Chris,
Hi, Robbie.
I want you to close your eyes.
Okay.
Watch out! He's gonna stab you.
He's gonna stab me in the eye for pissing him off.
No.
All right, Chris. Just
Yeah.
close your eyes and imagine what I'm gonna say.
Okay. What is it?
Okay.
It took you a while.
A woman walks into the room, Christopher.
Oh, okay. Is she
Okay.
white?
Yes.
Okay, good.
She's blonde. She has a cup size of double
She
D.
has a cup size? What?
Her cup size is double D, 36.
Oh, good letters. Good numbers, too.
And she comes over
Mm-hmm.
and just rips off your shirt.
Damn,
Completely
Incredible Hulk.
gone.
I can't even do that.
I'd be thinking, damn it, she's stronger than me.
Yeah. That would. I'm going on bottom.
Okay.
She got the top
I-
bunk tonight.
I meant
I am
takes it
going to
off.
ride you.
I
Okay.
meant takes it off, not like rips apart.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that might like hurt your
Yeah,
skin.
let's just do take off. Yeah. Okay, she takes
She
it off.
takes,
That's
she
good.
takes off your shirt
That's first step.
Takes it out. That's good.
What else? What's next?
and then slowly licks your nipples.
Okay.
What?
I mean,
What kind of kinky shit are you into?
is it bad if I'm turned on right now?
I don't know. Just keep going, Robbie. Go ahead. Robbie.
And then
It's good that I don't have a lot of hair on my chest at all. Actually, now something that I noticed: the only hairs I have on my chest are right by my nipples. Seriously, I got like 4 of them hanging out by one.
anyways,
Like
And then-
congregating.
Cool.
And then she takes her pants off.
Oh wow. All right. What kind of pants was I wearing?
You were wearing a dark blue jeans.
As opposed to like red jeans.
Yeah, just dark blue. There could be light blue. There could be dark blue.
I don't know.
Like
some
Hey, I have red
artsy
jeans.
people.
I don't
I'm
say I
Christopher
wear them.
Cox.
But...
I wear basic clothing.
There you go. Whatever
Alright.
you're wearing.
She takes them off. That's good. All right. Okay. Well, what are
And
we
then
gonna
she
do
starts,
now?
Then she
We-
starts rubbing your dick without taking your underwear off.
Okay.
That's kind of like a tease.
I
But
mean, I need to escape at some point.
Then you hear the door slam wide open, and it's a guy,
Uh oh.
and his name
Uh huh.
is
Robert
John
Paulson.
Cena.
shut up.
I'm sorry. Who is that?
John Cena. It's a
Vine.
It's a thing.
Oh yeah, because Robby likes boxing.
Now, Chris, let's
That was a-
rewind
that
the
was a
story.
letdown.
What if he goes in? What if a guy slams the door open and his name is Robert Paulson?
Is it a guy though?
His name is Robert Paulson.
Yeah, but it's Robert Paulson. You couldn't really tell if he was a guy
He's
or a woman.
Meatloaf.
Yeah, but in the movie he played like a guy woman. Wait.
He's
He
Meatloaf.
played a gumman.
I'm like, Gabriel, you know, you're a crazy driver. And his honest to God answer was, I don't care. I'm an Asian driver.
Wait, did he say it like
Thank
that?
God for
He
Asian
did.
drivers.
He literally did.
Does
He's
he
from
talk
like
like
China
that?
or some place, so he doesn't. He still has a really strong accent. But so then so then we're in photo class, and he needs to, let's see. First of all, he forgot his backpack. He needed to borrow 6, like you need to use like specific paper to print the photos in the photo lab.
Backpack.
Yeah, he forgot his backpack. Yeah. He's 18 years old. He's in college and he forgets his backpack. And he's like, okay, I need to borrow some sheets of paper. He borrowed 6 sheets of paper from me. So we had a couple hours to like fuck around with the machines. Next day, he's still trying to get his same photo done. He accidentally exposed all of my paper to light, which fucks it up so you can't print the photos right.
Right. No.
So then he puts the thing in, he grabs the paper and he puts it in the machine so that way it can process the photo, and it doesn't come out the other end. And it ends up jamming the machine. And then eventually they got it out, but it was all wet and wrinkly. And so I asked him, like, you're using RC coated paper, right? And he was like, wait, there's a specific brand we're supposed to use? And so,
my God.
and then after that, he because I was laughing about all of his bad luck, and he grabbed out his phone. He was like, that's not even the worst part. I dropped my phone earlier today, and he's got like a giant crack across his screen. I was like, oh shit. And then someone was like, whoa, let me see that. And then he went to grab it, and the guy grabbed Gabriel's phone and dropped it immediately. Gabriel was like, oh shit. And then he picked up the phone. It was okay. So
Well, as arcane as it was.
no, it's fine.
Well, with
So-
the already cracked screen.
Yeah. So then later, he gets the photo right. And now he has to mount it on a board, and you have to use like this sticky glue machine thing. So I look over. He has the photo stuck to the table. Like, he has it melted to the table. And like, okay, so the way you're supposed to do is you have your photo, and then you have like the sticky paper, and then you warm the sticky paper, and then you put it on the board. He was warming the photo, like he had hot metal against his photo, just melting the shit out of it. I was like, Gabriel, it's not how you do it. And he was like, no, I know what I'm doing. And then he was like, no, I got it. And then he couldn't get it undone, so he started rubbing it more. And I was like, Gabriel, that's just making it worse. So then eventually he got it done, and he's just like, oh, this fucking day. He's like, he was telling me how September and October is bad luck months. So then in class, we had to do a critique of our photos. So his photo's up on the board. And the teacher's like, all right, well, first of all, whoever this is, did you use fiber-based? I'm just sitting there laughing my ass off. And it's funny because Gabriel has this thing where, like, during critiques, he'll stand up. He's like all focused and stuff. He'll put his hands on his hips. And he's like, uh-huh. He like lean his head forward, and I was thinking, okay, he knows he fucked up big time, so there's no way he's gonna like get up and be like, this is mine. He got up. He was like, who's this? You used the wrong paper, and he just stood up like, oh yeah. And he's just taking the critique, and I'm laughing my ass off. So then we were in another class, and some of them left to go get like photo equipment, and all of a sudden they come in with the photo equipment. It's like big shit, and Gabriel's walking down the aisle with this big metal rod, and he like bangs it up against the wall as soon as he enters. And I was like, that's definitely Gabriel. And then like the next day I turned to Ben. I was like, wait, Gabriel's not in class, where is he? And then Ben turned to me and he was like, oh, he texted me a minute ago, his car broke down.
Oh my God.
So that's how I met Gabriel.
Wait, there was one more story. I don't want to give it away too much, but it was where he had to present something and then it like messed up and a message was displayed on the screen that said,
Oh yeah! And then, after all this bad shit that happened to him, and I feel so bad for the guy, we had to show our cinematography project, which was supposed to be like short films that kind of tell a story. He was explaining to me how everything went wrong in his shoot. Just like everything went wrong. Like, the camera wouldn't work, people dropped out, they went really late, they didn't have as much time, like nothing went right. It was the same week where his car broke down, by the way. And so he puts in the disc or like in the file, and up on the big screen, like we're in a movie theater, and the screen shows up and the title card pops up in capital bold letters, "Fuck bad days." I just burst out laughing. I was like, what the fuck? And then the entire film was about like this guy who is just like really frustrated about having rough times, and then he ends up just moving past it. And then Gabriel walked up and he was like, yeah, so I had an entire other plan, but none of it worked, so I just turned it into this because I hate bad days. He's not in any of my classes right now. I don't know why I miss him, but
I feel like he made the best out of a terrible situation.
he did. God bless him.
Matt's gonna be a Minecraft short one day.
He was such a great guy.
Oh my gosh. Anyways.
So we are about 11 minutes and 30 seconds into this podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Actually,
Neither do I.
Guys, so
What?
I'll just go ahead and say it.
Yeah.
The other day, or a couple months ago, back when we were filming certain scenes for Spartan Super Soldier.
Whoa.
You were like trying to be discreet about it and then just fucked it all.
Okay, we were filming scenes for Spartan Super Soldier, and pretty much. Now Chris is in like full director mode. All right, he was kind of like, he wasn't exactly haggling me, but a lot of pressure was put on me. I was like, okay, I gotta just.
I don't take shit.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta be here. I gotta be focused and stuff like that, and stuff like that. And I was just, really bored and stuff like that. And I was just waiting for everything to begin. So I'm, just waiting around, and I'm like, you know what? Right now, I want to try on a condom for the first time in my life.
What?
I was
Wait, you did that,
okay, let me tell you how I gained access to this. Okay. So in my human sexuality class, we got to put condoms on foam penises. And
what?
I may
Wait,
have
You're in 10th grade, and they're like, fuck it, here's a fake dick, put a condom on it, there you go.
Yeah.
My school, we like, oh my, continue.
And they were colored too.
That makes it more fun.
So I, without them knowing, kind of took one. And
what?
And I was like, you know what? I will use this for a good use. And my good use was 50 minutes before Spartan Super Soldier filming started. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this, alright? So I tried it on. I was like, alright, this is cool. And then I did some stuff with it. And afterwards I was like, wait, I don't know how to dispose of this. So I thought about it. I was like, alright, I could burn it in the fire pit outside.
You gotta burn the evidence.
And I shit you not, I have a video on my phone of me doing it.
That's nasty. Then your parents come home and they can smell like burned cum around the house.
Okay, it gets worse. All right, so
Oh no.
it gets worse. Okay, so I wanted to be able to because it actually was raining outside from the night before, so the ground was kind of wet.
Oh my god.
So I put it on the log, and I'm like, you know what? This thing is not going to be able to light. So I went in upstairs. I was like, maybe I can find some like hairspray or some like Pam, something that was
Hey.
flammable, so I can make this fire stay lit. And so the way I did it was I got my Axe body spray, and
my
that
God.
was flammable. So I just placed it on the ground, lit the fire, and just started going ham with it. And I just went, and like,
Amaze your life.
smelled like shit. And it lit on fire, and it was like really, really going to town. But it didn't really do shit. Like it was just making it melt, and now the condom was like just like gooey liquid. And
Well, it wasn't before.
Spencer,
yeah.
I wanna introduce you to something you may not have in your life.
Yeah.
It's in your bathroom. It's
Yeah.
it's called a toilet. You know, you just put, contents inside of said toilet,
I didn't want to like jam
and
the
you
pipe, though.
flush.
Dude,
The toilet.
speaking of jammed pipes,
No. Okay, but let me just finish the story real quick. I took after a while, I was like, you know what, I give up. So I did what you did actually, Robbie. I tried flushing it down the toilet. It worked.
Yes, of course it worked.
So yeah.
but then it's still family comes home. All right, smells like burnt cum, Axe body spray. What
But
the
this
fuck
was-
happened
this
to you,
is
Spencer?
Outside of the this is like outside of my fire pit. Like this is a good like no one really goes out there.
Wait a sec. No one even realized you have a fire pit.
Yeah.
Privileges. White privilege. Hashtag white privileges.
But Chris, actually, another story that I've been wanting to tell on the podcast for a really long time happened a couple of years ago, actually.
Shit.
You remember, Chris, when you were doing those Left 4 Dead funny moments videos?
Oh, yeah.
You were doing a funny moments too, and at the very beginning of one of them, you go, "Oh my God! Oh, why is she there? Oh my God, she's at the
Oh, I
safe
remember
door!"
that.
And she's
I
screaming,
remember
and
that.
you're screaming, right?
Yep.
Well, I actually had to call my mom because I needed her to go to the grocery store and pick up some food. So I called her on the home phone, and I was like, "Okay, here we go." So I call her. She doesn't pick up. So I hang up. Little did I know, I was watching your videos, and it left a message of, "Oh my God!" Ah! So she came home, and she was like, "Spencer, are you okay?" and stuff like that. And it's like this big thing. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm fine," and stuff like that. And then she's like, "Listen to the message you sent me." And then I heard, "Oh my God!" Ah! Chris's voice, and I'm like, "God damn it!"
It's funny, I never thought about it because my grandma would always, like, she lived in the basement. She would always come up every now and then and say, "By the way, it's not, like, to our neighbors, it sounds like there's someone being murdered in this house anytime you play a game." I guess she was telling the truth.
I mean, granted though, when I stayed with you for a couple of days, I was in your room. Which, by the way, there's something about it that makes me feel so uncomfortable that you jerked off while I was asleep in the bathroom.
Did I?
Yeah, you did. On one of the nights. Only
Wait,
once,
how
though.
do you know?
You told me.
I don't even remember. It's funny because I was asking Camden one time. I was like, "All right, be honest, Camden. Have you ever jacked off while you were in my house?" And he went, "No, actually. Me and my other friend, his name's Chris as well. We actually do that often. Like, we'll jerk off in each other's houses, and I have yet to do it in your house." He's like, "Have you jerked off in my house?" And I was like, "I thought about it, but no, I haven't ever actually gotten around to it. I don't really go to your house a whole lot." He was like, "Oh, dude, should we fix that?" I was like, "Nah, I mean, nah, man, nah, you know." But apparently that's a normal thing. Camden's weird with jacking off. Now that I think about it, he's jerking off on on these people's houses and shit.
Dude, I don't think he
Just
wanted.
whipping out his dick in
I
kindergarten.
don't think
This
he
guy's
wanted
horny.
you to tell everyone that.
Oh my gosh.
This is weird.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think he wanted anyone to know about that. Because
Know
remember
about what?
the jerking off on. Because remember
He's
the-
told that story on the podcast.
No,
he
he didn't.
hasn't.
No, he
Yeah,
hasn't.
I tried to segue to it and he wouldn't. He said,
Yeah, he said,
"Screw
"No,
you,
Rob."
we're not doing it." I had to cut it from the podcast.
Oh, well, Camden doesn't watch these anyway, so.
Guys,
Now,
we
I
are
just
go-
time
the
for you to
first
scroll
one
down
he
the comments
watches.
and see Camden's angry reaction.
Watch this be the first one he watches. Oh my god. Oh, that'd be amazing, Nathan.
All
what's
right,
your
be
take on
honest.
this?
Do you any? All right, Spencer. Do you wait? I know Spencer watches the podcasts. Robbie, do you watch the podcasts?
I actually don't.
I don't either.
I listen to the.
Am I
entire
the
thing.
only one that
I-
does?
No, Spencer does.
I do too.
No.
I should honestly.
I should too.
Because the reason why is because I actually, if we posted these on SoundCloud, then we could like.
We're gonna be mine.
And that is how Camden met his girlfriend.
Oh! 10 out of 10. Would tell again.
But in response to those jokes that Camden said, I actually found one just now that says, "What is the difference between acne and a Catholic priest?"
Oh my god.
Oh, acne doesn't come on a boy's face until he's 13.
Son of a bitch,
Yep.
guys.
God.
Stop. We're done.
He knows all of them. He has them memorized.
Yeah, that is it. I don't know what's funnier, the joke or the fact that Camden knew it.
Right away too. No hesitation.
He's like Spencer, that's a grade 1 joke. It's like the episode of SpongeBob where he gets the magic kit and he's trying to like be like a class 4 wizard. It's like that with jokes. He's like, Camden just sitting there back. He's like, it's like Spencer, that's a class 1 joke. I learned that one in kindergarten. When I was doing my business.
Yeah, and running around with my dick flopping about.
I've got a suitcase and everything.
But cookies, I don't know why cookies are like my thing. That was exactly how the actual game happened.
Alright, I want to explain Game of Thrones. Because it was, like, obvious bullshit. Pretty much, I've been doing pretty solid the whole game. And then so I've been, like, just slowly creeping up, getting high up in the world. And then Daniel eventually had nothing. And then so after Spencer and Chris had died and it was just me and Daniel, I was like, okay. And I'm pretty sure we fought, like 3 or 4 different times where
I think I cut out one of them because it was too much.
Where you had nothing and I had something, and I had everything, and I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna end it because I just want this to end. And we fought. I killed you. You would go up, get a diamond. I'm like, oh, fuck. Okay, I'll just do it again. I kill you. You go up, get a diamond. I was like, what the hell? And we did that like 4 times, and you got a diamond. And then finally, I was like, okay, I'll back off for a little bit, so then maybe we could have a more epic ending. And so I let you get some stuff, and then so it was an even fight. And then so you won. And then so, or no, that was the one where we killed each other. And then so I said, okay, now we both have to hit the button. And then I went first, and I got a fucking redstone right away, first try. He gotten 4 diamonds in a row. And then I went up and got a redstone right away, and I got mad as shit. That's the day where I threw my headset down.
No.
And I broke off the left ear of the
That
headset. And
happened?
It exploded somewhere, and I couldn't find it for like 2 years.
That happened, Camden. But I think instead
And then
of the redstone,
and then Daniel got a diamond, and then so I was like, fuck.
I think I think what happened was instead of you smashing it at the redstone, because you did smash your headset. I do remember that.
I remember seeing the footage.
But
Because he had to set up his camera, so I watched him do it.
but Camden, I think the way it actually happened was, you smashed your headset when you guys were down in there in the fighting arena, and Daniel killed you somehow, and then you just went, but I just hear on the microphone, boom, on the ground, and you're smashed, and then you come back like a minute later, like, not gonna lie, I think my headset just broke, and then I see,
and I don't know where the piece is.
And then I see on the left-hand corner it says Alien 7 is burned to death. And Daniel apparently broke the glass because there was fire in the arena. He went and he threw himself in the fire. And then he said, "Camden, we're going again. I died."
Yep. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah. It was funny
That's
while I was
how.
looking at Camden's footage, though, because I was looking for the moment when he threw it. It looked like you threw it towards your TV because a cord was hanging on the screen. But from first glance, it looked like you had cracked the screen. So I thought you literally threw your headset at the TV. I was like, holy shit, Camden. But no, it wasn't that.
Yeah, but either way, I killed Daniel like 4 times when he had nothing, and he got some bullshit diamonds 4 times in a row, and then I finally let him get up in the world, and then so we'd have a fair fight.
That
and
was
then
mistake
I died,
number
so then
one, Camden.
I got really mad.
All right, well, guys, I think I'm gonna head off too.
Oh, okay. Okay. Bye, Spencer.
Oh crap! I just remembered.
Pissing and taking you with us.
Yeah.
What?
Remember, I went to the bathroom and I called you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, someone was in the middle of telling a story, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
like
that
I
was
just
me.
yelled.
I was trying to
Camden was trying to tell a
And
story.
you
for like
called
a
me
minute.
on the phone.
Camden tried to tell us the same story for literally the whole episode, just about. He just kept trying to tell us his story. Me and Chris just kept cutting him off. So we finally, Chris is like, all right, I'm not going to say anything. Camden, go ahead. I feel bad. You know, I've taken up the whole episode. Go ahead, Camden. So Camden's like, okay. So anyway, I just instantly cut him off. I yelled. I was like, I'll be right back. I gotta pee. So, so I go into the bathroom, and you can hear in the episode, all of a sudden Chris's phone starts ringing. So
Yep.
Chris answers his phone. He's like, hello, and I'm like, I just held the phone to the toilet as I'm peeing, and you just hear the stream just beating down on the water, and it was like it was Camden or Chris. One of them, they're going like sounds like a fire hose going off or whatnot, like yeah. So I peed on late night. Yeah. So anyway, and then we're talking about like what was it? It was like Voldemort sounding like Dr. Evil or something like that. I'm getting a phone call right now.
You are?
Yo, what's up?
I'm trying to pee.
You're trying.
I'm trying.
Oh,
I'm
you,
trying, Voldemort.
I said that. This is what I said.
Talk about water or something.
Waterfall.
We're getting somewhere.
We're getting somewhere.
Oh, yeah. There we go. That's nice.
You can barely hear it. It's there though.
That's sad.
Oh
that's
my
good.
gosh.
Still going. I'm laughing now.
Holy
Oh,
crap.
man. We're still going. We're still going. This train never stops.
He's been holding this in the whole
Oh,
episode.
man. Oh, yeah. Ah. Oh, there we go. A little bit. A little squirty. Oh. And now,
Oh my gosh.
ah.
Alright, I hung up on him. He reenacted the whole thing that I did. Bravo. FaceTime, no.
Oh god.
Okay, it's FaceTime audio, never mind.
Daniel?
Spencer.
That was
Oh, never mind.
fantastic.
What?
Oh, you're joining. Okay, alright. So you want to be on speaker?
Yep, putting
Okay.
you on speaker.
Spencer's on speaker.
Spencer's back
Oh,
from the
fuck.
dead. My cord's stuck. What's happening?
Oh, yeah.
What are we...
Okay.
I'm wondering if he'll go longer than I did.
This is more powerful.
Spencer, you got some competition, buddy.
Oh, fuck. That's red. That's red. Fuck you, shit, guys. Alright, fine.
I think I went longer. I'm proud.
Alright, I hung up on him.
I think
You remember when I did it, right?
Yeah, you were like struggling.
Yeah, I couldn't do it at first, and you're like, "What are you doing right now? Are you trying to? Are you peeing right now?" I'm like, "I'm trying."
Yeah,
And then you
like-
came through like, "You're trying? How do you even try?" I'm like, I don't know. I just said.
Nothing is funnier than standing and peeing while making people listen you do it and you're laughing your ass off.
Yeah, no,
Try
but-
peeing
no,
while you're
see-
laughing. It's
see,
really
then
hard.
How
then
many
it's-
times
then
have
it's
you
hard
done
because
that?
Like
you're
maybe
occupied.
4 now.
You're occupied because when you laugh, everything starts bouncing all around and whatnot. So
It's like my tits.
How do you pick up a Jewish girl?
No, okay.
No.
I already know the answer to that one. When you start
You're
bringing
Auschwitz
race and
with the
religion into it,
dustpan.
people get pissed. That's how it works.
Okay. I think the best memory we can share is from when we all met each other
I don't even remember when that happened.
for the final 10 things.
Oh, I remember that.
What are you, fucking idiot?
No, I thought you meant like we actually met each other. Like, yeah. So you were in Final 10 Things You Should Never Do a Nerf for, Daniel, and that was something that was unheard of. Like, we
I was
thought
in the
it could
final
not
10
happen.
things. I drove a good 3 hours to be in the final 10 things.
Like, that was something we had been trying to do for years, was to visit each other, and
Yep.
your parents were completely against it, and it was at that moment where you managed to convince them to visit for this one day.
Yep.
I just remember
Over
the
there.
shed. The shed was
Yeah,
the best
the shed.
part. We just started fucking singing.
Yeah.
And you're like, Camden, how does it feel to be to finally make it up on the top of the shed? I was like, it feels fucking great.
Look over there, right there. There's a Daniel.
The notes
We're
would
gonna
be
be fucking homosexuals. And then the best part was that you came over and beamed a sword at me. It really
Oh
hurt my
my
arm.
gosh. I was done. That didn't get put in the video because it got cut out right then.
Yeah.
Yeah, the camera's running out of space.
I legit like fell on the ground.
Also, when
how
Chris
hard
was
I
like,
was
"Long
laughing.
live the king," and pushed Daniel off.
Like I was laughing so
That got
hard at
cut
that
out.
part. You're like Camden, like Chris is standing like all the way over to the side. You're like I already know what you're gonna do. You're gonna push me from behind when I go to jump. And Chris is like, how can I even do that? I'm all the way over here. You're like, whatever. And you ran and tried to jump. He just pegs a
And he
sword
threw
at
his-
your face.
No, he faked it. What he did when I was like, I know you're gonna throw it at me. You're like, yeah, come on, I'm all the way over here. How can I throw it at you? And I was just like, fine, whatever. And then so I went, and then I saw he was gonna do it, and he faked it, and then I just started walking to the shed like I'd already given up. And then after I touched the shed, then he threw it at me.
Remember when I was filming
Insult to
I was
injury.
filming that one scene for you guys and the final Nerf arena,
Yep.
and you guys were doing your training thing, and
During spring,
the tip of one of your swords just went flying off.
Camden.
You guys are like whacking each other's swords,
Or
also
no,
just went
no,
flying off.
Cause like the minute before we had or I threw the sword on the ground for I don't know why, and it like almost broke off. I was like, Chris, it's like this close to coming off, and we're like, whatever, we'll just film it as long as we can. And then in the middle of the scene, you just see this little piece go flying off. And we didn't notice it till after we were done, because after the scene was finished, I looked at my sword and I was
It was just gone.
There's only like 3/4 of the sword here.
But Daniel, you were a good cameraman for that
Thank
little
you,
bit.
Thank you.
For the 360 spring training scene. That was
Yep.
nice. It was nice. It was tight.
Yep, that was my
Nice.
directorial debut.
It was so tight. By the way, like one of my favorite shots I ever got in any video was when you, Daniel, you're in the field with the rifle,
Oh,
the big red
Wingmaster
one,
3000.
and I like zoom in on you. That was like with the sound effect added. That's like one of my most proud shots ever. Wait, we told this story in the 7th one, but no one will hear it. Havier.
Oh, Javier. Javier.
So we were filming in the field next to my house, and technically that was our neighbor's property.
Okay, let's just say it's a good thing I'm never going back to that neighborhood.
Yeah. Camden, you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, so this dumb Mexican bitch.
Just remember, Camden, race and religion.
This dumb, probably Hispanic,
This dumb man.
this dumb person.
Of Hispanic origin.
Maybe Spain.
So we were filming on like the side of Chris's house, where it's like no one has claimed that field. That is not his
There's no
territory.
flag there.
We were filming there, and then a guy like we were closer to Chris's house than we were to this guy's house.
Well, let me mind you, we were almost done filming.
Mhm.
Like
we
the
were
stuff we needed to
almost
film. Like we only needed a little bit more to film.
We
for
were
that-
at like
that
the
scene.
top of this hill, and it was flat. And then so the guy came out of his house, which is like further away than where we were from Chris's house, and he was like, "Yeah, I can see you from here, so you can't film there." We were like, "What?" Like my house could possibly get into this? the dumb part was that he said, "Okay, just move to the right a little bit, like down the hill."
Yeah, so we moved,
We
and
didn't
he
move.
approves of
We
it.
didn't
Move like
move,
10 feet.
We didn't move any further away from his house. We just moved
Yeah.
like horizontally.
Exactly.
But it was
so,
dumb because now we were at a bottom of a hill. So everything that we had filmed before, we couldn't film the last part at that place because then it would have been like, wait, what? Why'd they move? So we had to restart, all because he didn't want his dumb, crappy piece of shit, motherfucking bullshit house in the
So
goddamn
anyway,
hill.
I started yelling when he went back inside because that wasn't going
Yep.
to cause a fight in the neighborhood.
You
I
named him
never did it.
Javier for no
So
reason.
I named him Javier just because of his apparent origin.
Possibly.
And
Possibly, we are
his
not
possible
not
origin.
racist.
No.
Yeah.
So I named him Javier, and I just started screaming a bunch of racist things.
Typical white man shit.
So I just started yelling at Javier. I'm just yelling. And then I look over at Chris's other neighbor's house. Yeah, the window's wide open, and there's people just at the window just looking out at us. I'm just like, oh, okay, hi. I'm new here.
I'm new here.
And Camden said, "It's a good thing you're never coming back here again."
Yeah.
Okay, it's like 2 a.m. here, so I think it's about time for me to go.
Okay, GG, Camden.
I've had to add on 10 minutes to this like 4 times.
Yeah, I mean, we had to
Okay.
tell the Javier.
Have you had to cut your audio in pieces?
Only like 3.
I'm gonna fucking kill you. Get out of here. Go on. Get.
Okay, that's a great way to end it.
Love
Go on,
you.
get out of here. I want you dead. Love you.
You better send me all 5 of your audio clips soon.
Well, it's all in one like iMovie project.
Oh, well then that makes it easy.
Fuck you. All right. Well, now I wish I was dead. So I'm
You
gonna
can add
go
to
now.
Alex's textbook of suicide
Yeah.
notes.
Yeah, I think I might do that. We'll just share.
Yeah. Oh, did you guys, Daniel, did you hear what I said in the beginning of the podcast for
No.
Alex, and he didn't even hear it?
Oh wait,
No.
I want to hear that.
I mentioned, because he said he bought a
Yeah.
and I said it out loud and you didn't hear me.
Yeah. Okay. So we're at like an hour and a half. So fuck all.
Alright,
everyone
bye
leaving.
Camden. Fuck off.
Fuck you too. There's gonna
Bye,
be so many
Camden.
goddamn censors. But before I go,
Oh my god,
Marijuana.
kill yourself. That's one bleep for every audio clip you guys send me. And then there were 2.
This is like hung out was when we were playing Halo 3.
We
And-
did the Halo 3 campaign co-op when it was a legendary difficulty.
Yup.
The biggest betray spree I've ever
literally
been a
oh my
part of.
goodness. Literally, Chris, I swear you betrayed me first, and it was an accident. So then-
Probably.
so we're trying to play through on Legendary. Chris, you know, being an achievement whore that he is, trying to get achievements
Yeah.
and whatnot. And I was online, so he just invited me to the party and whatnot. He's like, "Yeah, you have Halo 3, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So we got on. We started playing Halo 3 campaign. We were playing on Legendary. So somehow along the line, one of us got betrayed, and I swear Chris betrayed me first, and I swear it was an accident.
Probably.
But I had
I never
to get
asked
even.
for it.
I had to get even. I had to get revenge. So I betrayed Chris. So that didn't fly too well with Chris. So he decided to betray me. I'm like, what the heck? I was in the right. So I decided to betray Chris. So literally, I'm not even joking, you guys. Literally, for like the next hour, we just sat there betraying each other as soon as we
Over
spawned
and
in.
over and over and over.
Literally for like an hour straight, just kept killing each other.
And every now and then I would try to just move on. And
I
he'd
would hunt
suck
you
me
down.
right back in.
I would hunt you down. Like we would get like Chris would clear out like a wave of enemies, and like he was probably like just inches away from a checkpoint, and I
Yep.
was just sitting there waiting, and I'm like, nope, just kill him,
Betray me.
bring him back in. And ever
Oh,
since
man.
that moment,
Yep. And that was the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
oh, that's great.
Well, Deep Sheep will always consider you a part of us, Daniel. You may not be in future videos. You may just be voicing a character. You may be our Ray, but fuck it. We're friends to the end.
Sounds like a plan to me.
I'm always gonna cherish the memories that we've had, and even though we won't be doing
a whole lot together in the future. I am almost certain that we will make more memories.
Sounds
So,
great to me.
Thank you for being a part of Deep Sheep for these crazy 5 fucking years.
It's been a great journey.
So,
Real
see
great.
you around, Daniel.
See ya, Chris.
GG.
No Reed.
Maybe.
Only in Halo 3.
Yeah.
Wait, that
Only
rhymed.
bit-
Oh!
On a betraying spree.
Super hot fire.
And that is the end of this podcast with Deep Sheep.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. But, you know, I'll set it up. So, we were playing Town of Salem, like, a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
or so.
fuck.
Yeah. Robby, you came home after hanging out with certain someone whose name will not be disclosed, and you were really sick to your stomach. You had a really bad stomach ache.
Terrible. The worst stomachache
Like
I've
to
ever
elaborate
felt in
on
my
that.
life.
And I was thinking it's not that big of a deal. I've had a lot of bad stomach aches in my life. You know, you feel like you want to kill like every cow that you see, but
This is
you know,
so interesting.
you
I
just
feel
deal
like
with
I need
it.
popcorn.
Yeah. What? No.
I believe Robby ate what was it? No, it was Skittles and peanut
Yep.
M&Ms.
There you go.
Great combination.
Great combination.
Did you mix them all up into a bowl so you can tell which one you're eating, Skittle
Nope.
or M&M? Oh wait, they were peanut. Never mind. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, and we just kept playing Town of Salem, and there was some reason I wanted you to stay online. I don't remember what. It might have just been.
It would just
no, I
been
wanna
that.
hang out with
No,
you
no,
more.
no, no, no.
Yeah,
no,
I think
no,
it was
no,
just
no.
hanging out.
It was because we'd had terrible games leading up to that, and our
Oh, you're
our
right.
policy is that we never leave on a terrible game.
Because it's just bullshit.
Mhm.
You know?
It's like going to bed mad. It's just not good.
I remember one part about Town of Salem I want to say. Chris was like, "Hey, Robby, they're lynching someone." And this is while I'm moaning in pain of my stomach.
Not your asshole.
And anyways,
Getting sick
Chris
and
Chris
shit.
is like, "Robby, they're lynching someone. You should probably vote." And I was like, "Guilty." And he was like, "But why? You don't even know." I want to see this fucker die. And then it went back to pain. And then I remember it was like 11 or 12 to 0.
He could barely focus at all. And there was a moment where he said, "Okay, I'm going to go to bed." I was like, no, come on. We really have had just nothing but shitty games. You have to stay. And Spencer was there for this. I was like, "Please, just stay." And he was like, "Okay, fine." And we kept playing a game. And and then that game is where it went over the line. Spencer, would you like to reflect on what you remember?
I'm so nervous.
Now, I
I'm
actually
like
was on the
asleep.
brink of falling asleep during this moment, so Chris,
Like your
I
whole
want you to
life.
take it away.
Oh my
Okay.
God, Spencer.
So, thanks for that. Literally nothing of use just happened.
Spencer, would you like to take this? Yeah, I'll take it. So I was like really close to falling asleep. So Chris, you should take this, even though I just said yeah to taking it.
So,
Fuck you.
Robby, would you like to take this?
Oh my
I'll
god.
fuck it. I'll take it. Anyways,
Just
I
someone
was-
fucking say it.
I was like covering every crevice of my body, and I didn't know what to do because I was in such pain, and my pain was in my lower right abdominal area, which, in case any health nerds don't know, that's like where your
Oh my God.
appendix is. And
yeah,
if that,
you were going on about like, oh, I might actually have something wrong with me. I was like, it's just a stomach ache.
What a nerd.
but no, like that was the
Those were
worst
your appendix
stomach pains I've
issues.
ever felt. And then mid match, like the straight up middle of our entire conversation, we were just talking, and I was slightly burping to get gases out and farting and stuff. And then I don't know where all you hear is,
Oh god.
and then
He fucking puked his guts out.
wait
Now,
5
Yep.
seconds, and then again, another 5 seconds, again. Chris, Chris, it just went on for a good 10 minutes.
And I actually, this is at which point when I woke up, I completely was like, I'm up. Because Chris went, holy shit, Robby, did you just puke? and then we didn't hear a response. And I was like, Chris, I think he just puked. And he was like, yeah, I think I heard it because I heard like, and like it sounded really bad and stuff like that. And Chris and I, this is perfect evidence right here as to why we're shitty friends. Because Chris said these words. He said, "Now Spencer, no. He's like, now Spencer, would it be bad if he took a picture of it and sent it to us
As proof.
and as proof that he did it for a late night?" And so I texted him. This is May 28th at 2:39 a.m. And I said, "Take a picture of the puke. We want evidence for a late night story." And then he says, and he responds at 3:26 a.m. At 3:26 a.m. he responds with, "Are you kidding me? How about this? I, Robert Tiapula, threw the fuck up twice and am now headed to the fucking hospital. Good enough?" And I said, "Yes, thank you."
And Spencer kept going on all night about how like he wished he had evidence. And the thing is, the one thing he doesn't know is that I started filming when I told Robby to come back. And this is the audio I saved back then.
Oh no.
My stomach.
This is Robby. The flipping is pages from Town of Salem, by the way, so ignore that. This is the lead up to him puking.
I don't want to listen to this.
It's pretty violent.
I don't care. I'm gonna vote guilty anyways. Do you think I'm paying attention to the game at all right now?
Give it. And
Yes, I did.
I asked him if he puked, and he said, "Yes, I did."
Holy shit. Holy shit. This is the podcast story.
And that was the audio of Robby puking.
Nice.
I
I'm
had that
so
saved
happy.
for such a long time, which is why I kept egging you guys on to film Late Night 13 tonight. Now I gotta plug my headset back in because the echo's gonna be a bitch to edit out.
Oh no.
Oh my god. I am so happy
That was
that
awesome.
that was saved because Robby, as I said earlier, I was like half asleep when I heard that, so I was like, I wasn't really paying attention, and when I heard it, I just heard it like very briefly. I was like, whoa, wait, what? Like, did he actually just puke?
Mhm. I
it is.
remember because all of a sudden I heard, and I was like, whoa.
Did you go all over your computer?
No.
keypad
It
and
was
stuff?
on the floor right in front of me.
Isn't your floor carpet?
Yeah.
Great. Just great.
That throw up that he just showed the world. That was blood red. Blood red. It literally looked like I just ate someone alive.
Oh shit.
That's why I was terrified.
When I told you to come back, that's when I thought, you know what? I'm gonna just start filming. You know, whatever. If nothing happens, I'll just delete it. And something happened within like 2.5 minutes. And I went, this was worth it.
God damn.
Well, guys, that was the best fucking way to end the podcast we could have ever imagined. I had no idea he filmed that.
Yep.
I don't even think Robby didn't have
No.
no. If you'd like us to one day do a podcast where we only talk about Green Day.
I love to do just a straight up Green Day podcast. But besides that,
Yeah.
what else did we do?
We did a video that failed.
Oh God.
The idea of
Oh,
the video.
God.
The idea. Okay, this is the
Oh
idea.
my
The
God.
idea of the video was to take an achievement race and make it longer. Now, what? Now, guys, let's sit down and think. What's longer than a race?
A marathon.
A marathon.
Run.
Okay, so that's a good name. Achievement marathon. You know, because like, you know, certain achievements that take like an hour to do. You know, maybe even 2 hours. So, that's long. But you know,
More like six.
you do that. That's not an achievement race because you know people want to sit down, just watch something for a good
A swim.
10 minutes. It's nice.
That's
you know?
what's longer.
It's but you're not on the ground. Anyway, So, okay, we do that. Now, think of like one of the most classic hard achievements on Xbox. Something that would take you maybe an hour to do or so. Well, what's a classic achievement?
I can think of one.
The kid from Super Meat Boy?
What, Spencer? What?
Call of Duty
Beat
4.
the first level on Halo Reach. Easy
any
difficulty.
Call of Duty 4, Mile High Club.
Oh, okay. See, Cameron, I thought you'd get that since you're actually part of that club. But anyway, we actually, I have that achievement. You know, I got it a while ago. It was difficult. It took me about 45 minutes, but I got it. You know, it was great. Okay. Robby and Spencer do not have that achievement. So, I thought Achievement Marathon is more than just two people competing for an achievement, because after a good 20, 30 minutes, you get bored of just hearing them saying, oh, I'm frustrated. So it'd be nice to have someone who has the achievement to guide them through the way. You know, to be
A coach.
I sound like a nerd right now. There you go. I couldn't think of that word. I don't know why I couldn't think of that word.
What's that thing?
What's
It's
the
like
guy
the
who tells you
teacher,
what to
but
do
it's
who
for
says
sports.
110%? Coach! There we go. Got it. Anyway, the guy from Left 4 Dead 2.
The
So,
teacher for sports.
Robby and Spencer are here at my apartment, and I figured, you know, use a camera to film their reactions. You know, have all three of us on screen. We did that. Now, how long did we film?
About 5.5 hours, 6 hours.
What?
Yeah, it
You
was
all
roughly about
suck.
5.5 hours footage time. We took like an hour-long break in the middle of it after a good 3 hours because we hated life. Y'all never got that fucking achievement.
Yeah. I don't
You
care.
never did. You got pretty close. I actually, because throughout that 6-hour journey, I ended up taking over every now and then just to play, since one of you would get up and, you know, leave. And I ended up doing it twice. And
I'm pretty sure I could have gotten it.
No,
I feel like
With
both
how
of you
many
could have
knives?
gotten it if
I said, with how many knives?
3 fucking knives it took. It took 3 fucking
Oh.
knives.
now that video may never officially be fully uploaded, but I have to upload some of the footage of Robby's.
Yeah, so
just
we had
anger.
not in addition to the 2 capture cards recording the footage and Robby's microphone.
2 monitors. We had 2 monitors
God,
set up
the
right next to
setup.
each other because we were on a couch.
Oh my god.
I actually think didn't you guys take a picture of the setup?
Yep.
We're gonna throw an image of that on the screen right now, just so you can
Spencer,
see
do
this.
that in the future. Hi, Spencer. How you doing? How's the video going?
The flip flop.
The flip flop of fuckery. But anyway, in addition to that, we had my camera that was recording our faces, so we had like a face cam, and the footage that we got is actually so fucking funny because Robby, I've never seen him yell so loud and be so angry. Like, I don't think this kid had any chill that day.
There was a part where he stood up, like he did this a couple times, where he would just stand up, grab the pillow on the couch, and just like punch the shit out of it,
And
or just
bend
one
over.
time he smashed his face with it, like he just smashed his face into the pillow, and I grabbed his blip and filmed him, and he put the pillow down, and I've never seen him so angry at me. He went, "Put my fucking camera away," and he was like, I was like, "Oh shit, yes sir." And he said, one time I couldn't stop laughing. He got so mad when he grabbed the pillow, he just started punching it. He punched it a shitload of times and went, "Ugh," and then put it down and sat down. I was like, "You okay?" And he's like, "I accidentally punched myself in the dick." He was so mad. He punched himself in the dick.
He's like, I'm trying to be mad, but you know it hurts.
My anger hurt me.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But the thing that just made me laugh though is that, okay guys, be prepared, because his reactions are some of the fucking funniest things. There was one in particular that had Chris and I laughing so hard. Like, I just like woke him up when Chris woke up that one morning. I just was like, "Chris, you gotta see this. This is fucking hilarious." And Robby's face in the video that I showed him in the little clip was so priceless, and it like we both cried laughing because of how funny it was.
What? Got it. It'll be uploaded someday.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah.
Robby
Okay.
is what saved that video.
Yeah. Now,
I think that video like secured my spot at being Mike. Within an hour, I'm being woken up by Chris and Spencer. I don't know to the extent. All I remember, the first thing that like woke my mind up was you banging
Drumsticks.
the Green Day drumsticks on my back.
That
That's what
stirred you a bit?
that woke my mind up.
Oh,
See, the thing,
all right.
The thing with when I get like no sleep is my mind is awake, but I'm not physically awake. Like my mind is just like, all right, move now. No, okay, body, you do your thing until you're ready to move.
Your body does interesting things when your mind is like barely awake. But
Yeah.
so Robby told me the night before if we couldn't wake him up, grab the Green Day drumsticks and literally beat them on his back. And I went, really? And he was like, yep. So I wake up, I shower and shit. I come out. I gotta leave at 8:40 no matter what. And it is 8:25. So I'm like, all right, got 15 minutes. So, or not even that. It was like 8:30. And I'm like, all right, time to wake Robby up. 10 minutes to do this. So Spencer's here with me. So we start up, just like normal. Hey, Robby, wake up. Grab him, shake him a little bit. Robby, wake up. Robby, wake up. Bounce on the bed a bit just to get him to move. Nothing. All right, he's dead. Okay,
he's dead.
Green Day
Resort to Plan
drumsticks. He
B.
told me to. I'm
need a
running low on
replacement.
time, so time to beat his back with drumsticks. Played fucking Jaded on his back and didn't do shit. It started making marks on his back. I was like, well, I don't want his parents getting mad at me, so I'm done with that. So like, what the fuck else do we do? So what was the next thing we did, Spencer? Is that when we went to the music?
What happened first was I think it was right after the drumsticks. I got out his flip, and I started recording, and then we started like.
No,
because remember, you tried something.
Oh right, okay, never mind.
So Spencer
I
steps
step in.
Spencer messed up with memory shit.
I start I step in and I try. I'm like, okay, so Chris, now what would happen if I, hypothetically speaking, opened his eyelid? And so I went up to his eye
and then
So I went
poked
up to his eye. I got my my 2 fingers and I went and opened his eye. I shit you not. His fist comes flying towards my face. Like,
I watched it. His arm went
almost
like a fucking
it
boxer.
almost hits me right in the face. And so I'm like, fuck that. So
and then his arm is like a bone. It's like bona fide, just like sticking in the air for like a couple seconds, and then just drop right back
and then
down
I'm like, fuck that. So I closed his eye and I just ran away.
So then I was like, all right, music will wake him up. So I grab out my phone. I bring on Warning because I know it's one of his favorite songs at the time. Play it as loud as I possibly can. I'm playing the music, and nothing's happening. So I'm like, all right, pause. I stick it right up to his fucking ear. Press play. Nothing. He's still somehow asleep. It's on max. I got an iPhone right up against his fucking ear, playing Warning, max volume. Nothing. And eventually, I took it away. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Is he dead? So I'm like, okay. Slowly put the phone back to his ear. And then all of a sudden, I started getting a little bit of movement. Like, he was like, his arm was like slow. But by the way, we had already taken the pillow away. We had already taken the sheets away. All that.
He was
half
almost
naked,
on the
just
floor,
lying,
too.
Lying on the floor. Or not even on the floor, because we'll get to the floor part. But anyway, he's still on a bed at this point. And so I'm playing the music, and he starts stirring a bit. Like his arm is slowly kind of moving over as if he's trying to push the phone away. So obviously I'm like, Robby, no. So I'm keeping it, and he like slowly, he's like trying to push my arm away a bit. And I'm like, no, wake up. And this whole time I'm like, Robby, wake up. It's 8:30 fucking 6. You gotta wake the fuck up, dude. And he's still like, he's trying to push it away. And then all of a sudden, he's like starting to grab at me. Like he's like he's gonna like beat the shit out of me. Even though his eyes are closed, he's still asleep. And he like all of a sudden he does like, I gotta take my headset off for this. All of a sudden his arms slowly go up to his face and he does like a spaz thing. Like he like spazzes out and I'm like, what the fuck was that? All right, back to the music. Put the music up against your ear. And then you like slowly reach out as if you're like grabbing at me, about to beat the shit out of me. Like, Robby, you gotta wake up. And like you're making weird noises. And you're like, all of a sudden I hear you say, you're gonna make me fucking deaf. At least you'd be awake. Take the music away, he's back to sleep. I'm just like, what the fuck? So then Spencer
I remember 0%
So then
of
Spencer
that.
and I grab his legs, and we just start fucking dragging him. We drag him with us, and somehow the bed sticks with him. It's an air mattress. The bed is still with him. Like, he's still with it. Eventually, we get him on the floor, dragging him across the carpet. Rug burns and everything. Nothing. He's still asleep. So then Spencer, you grabbed out the blip camera. And you started...
Flip.
And you started filming it. So, now, a while ago... Robbie, because I asked Robbie when he got there, I was like, now Robbie, how do your cousins, whatever, like, how does your family usually wake you up? And he's like, honestly, they usually just like grab a pillow and smack my face with it. This was before I really realized the extent of the problems Robbie faces every day. And I thought, that's fucked up. Okay. Fast forward to 8:38 p.m. or a.m. I gotta leave in 2 minutes. So I grab out the pillow and I head over and he's on his back, still asleep, shirt off and everything, half naked. Spencer's filming. We have footage of this. I go, hey, look at this. I grab the pillow, smack, 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 right on his face. Nothing.
Yeah,
smack, 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 smack. Nothing. He is still dead. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with him?
Camden, have you seen it?
No.
Oh, you're gonna see it after
footage.
this.
Like literally, smack, smack, as hard as I can. Nothing. Just dead. And Spencer, did you do anything, or you just kept?
Yeah,
filming
I kept
at that
filming,
point,
and
right?
what you did at one point was you grabbed his like right arm, and then you did the Matthew McConaughey.
Oh yeah. We just started doing nothing.
And I thought it was so funny, like. Oh my god.
And then, so then I went back to music.
It
I
was
was
literally
like,
I was Bernie in Weekend at Bernie's,
pretty much.
and like I wasn't actually dead. I was just asleep.
Yeah. So
yeah,
then,
pretty much.
I'm like, back to music. I'm like, all right, what's a loud song? Holiday. He loves Holiday. I'll play that at max volume, right up against his fucking ear. So I put it on max volume, stick it up against his ear, press play, almost instantly. He like does his weird spaz thing, and his eyes are slowly opening a bit. And I'm like, Robbie, wake the fuck up. It's 8:40. You gotta fucking wake up right now, dude. Come on, you gotta leave in like 10 minutes. You got a flight to catch. I gotta leave. And he's just like, and he's like not even talking. I'm like, Robbie, I'm gonna keep playing this music in your ear. Do you remember, were you like trying to like attack me then? Or were you just like,
I have no idea.
Okay, I'm just gonna assume you're, and then eventually I said, raise your. I was like, speak if you're awake, and you're just like, I was like, raise a finger, like give me a thumbs up if you're awake, and you gave me the slowest fucking Terminator thumbs up I have ever seen, like the weakest shit. Like you're 50 years old and your dick just fell off, and they stitched it back together, and you're trying to get a boner, and it's just not working. Have fun Minecraft shorting that. And eventually you give the thumbs up, and I say, not enough. I put the music back up to your ear, and you're like, I'm like, are you awake? And you're like, I'm like, no. So I'm like, get on your feet, and you're just like, and you're lowering back down. I'm like, nope. So me and Spencer grab your arms, we fucking pull you up, nearly dislocate your shoulders to get you up on your feet, and that's when you're finally fucking awake. It's like 8:42. I go, all right, see ya, and I leave.
You signed my title belt though.
I did. I gave
Oh
it a
yeah,
sexy
we went
ass
over
signature.
to we went to Toys R Us at one point.
No,
Robbie's
Target.
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 idiot.
I drove
We
us
went
there.
to Target, and Chris drove us there and everything. And I remember while we were there, we might have gotten some footage of it.
Yeah, we were
Oh,
doing
we
dumb
did.
shit.
Yeah, we were
I
doing some
did
dumb
some
shit in
stuff.
Target. There was one point I was in one of the aisles, and I got one of the bouncy balls, and I tried throwing it like over the aisle and into the basket. And I'm surprised
really
we didn't
close.
get kicked out.
We were fine.
No. I've done way worse things in Walmart.
Did you
and
like
Target.
ask? Did you like ask the guy in the condom section where a fitting room was?
No, because like
Do you have this in size 57?
Do you
I
have this
picked
in
up-
extra small?
one time me and my uncle went to
Two different
Walmart
kinds of
and
men.
we picked up 2 Nerf like swords, like
I know
like,
what those are.
Nerf arena, yeah.
Back,
Fucker, I go to the size.
going back to the
Alright,
original.
how many studio art classes do you have though?
I took design 1 in my first. Oh my fucking god! Holy shit! That is the reason why I would not survive a home burglary. Some motherfucker comes in with a gun. My first reaction is, holy fucking shit, and then I'm dead.
Robbie told me to do that.
Rob, you fucking cuck.
That was good.
Hi, Alex. How are you doing?
Hi.
That was
We have 5 people in this late night.
You want me to get some pizza?
Pizza? Sure. I got pizza. That's fine. Yeah. Do you want to get a jug of apple juice too? We're out. Goddamn.
Oh fuck no! Stay away from that apple juice.
What? Excuse me. No, actually, realistically, I can drink a lot now.
He
Like,
drank a
it's bad.
gallon in 3 days.
I've drank enough apple juice in my life.
Sure, I don't know. You gonna get that pizza now? You can do it now if you want. Yeah. You can close the door on your way out too.
Out of curiosity, what would you all do during a home invasion?
What I
We already know what Chris would do.
I would
We know what
scream,
Chris
and
would
if
do.
I'm not dead yet, I'm grabbing a gun and shooting him.
I would obviously be the hero.
Sure. So
Too bad Ned dies already. Got him.
Damn.
Wait, what? All right, Alex. 37 minutes in, you gotta censor something because of a certain cock.
Wait, can you get Alex in here to scream at Camden for that?
Hey, Alex, can you want to come in here and scream at Camden live in the
Oh,
video?
please, no.
All right, guys, it's been a great time using this microphone while it survived, but I think it's
Oh dear,
about to have
I'm a
rough
little
time.
scared.
Alright, so good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What is required?
I'm already laughing.
Camden said something that you'll have to censor, which means more work for you. What do you have to say to that?
You god motherfucking stupid piece of shit! Why do you have to make my life more difficult?
Oh my
Okay, now enough talking about you. Do you want to actually say something to Camden, though?
Hi Camden, why do you have to be an asshole?
I don't know.
That's a fantastic point because I can't hear a fucking thing you're saying because Christopher has headphones in and I cannot hear your speech. So anything that you were saying, I cannot hear.
Hey, Alex is a
Yes.
cunt. Alex is a
major
fat
wank.
Mickey D motherfucker.
And then he took off the headset to hand it to him. Well, too bad. Just put it right back on.
Oh shit.
I'm also gonna have to edit all the shit that I just screamed too.
Why? Some are good.
Yeah, that's it.
Some are good.
Put the shaky cam in.
All right. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you! Thank you for sticking up for me, Alex.
Alright, Yeti, you okay? You okay, buddy?
That was so
That
loud.
was so out of nowhere.
So
Okay,
fucking
microphone.
loud.
You alive? You
That
alive?
was
You good?
so loud.
Microphone.
Yes. Can you shut the fuck up?
I'm amazed that you guys are able to get away with this at an apartment at 10:25.
Dude, we'll get a noise complaint. I hope we get on camera.
Yeah, so
Mom, get the camera.
that was fun. So after that,
That was fun.
I'm having fun! Alright, so after that episode, we Spencer, get the fuck out of here. Everybody else needs to calm
We
down.
were both calm.
Alright, go fuck yourself too, man. I actually wanted to quickly bring up though something
No.
that Camden said during the trip. Camden said something that made Chris laugh his ass off when we were eating at a Chris.
Oh,
do you mind?
yeah. I remember.
Chris, Chris, and Camden, or Camden, Chris, and I, grammar Nazis. I'm sorry. Camden, Chris, and I were eating at a diner.
This was
And
on the way back
pizza.
after this long trip, and something happened during the trip that put me and Camden in a bad mood, and Camden
Yeah,
was the one who was
they-
dealing with it the most. So
This was like the entire way back. And my dad wanted me home early, and I just knew like we
like
were
a
gonna
3-hour
eat really
drive.
late. It literally took like 45 minutes for our food to get fucking made because they messed
and
up
it
our
was
pizza.
raining, and Camden's in
I
a
was
bad mood, but he's
pissed
like,
the fuck off, and I was just in a bad mood.
Camden pissed off. It's just hilarious because he's just like, when's our fucking food gonna get here? He's still like monotone, just
I
like
was
low
trying
voice,
to
just
hide
like-
it.
and finally you were
You just
letting it
don't
shine
hide
through
it, though.
because like we wanted to play music in the car and the phone wasn't working and just nothing was working out. And he ordered pizza, and right away she was like, "All right, the pizza might take a good 25 minutes to come out." And Cam was like, "All right."
I was gonna order something else, and then Spencer was like, "That's fine," and I went, "Well, if he's, I guess that's fine." And then, so like 25 minutes goes by, and she comes back and is like, "Yeah, we burned your fucking pizza, so we're gonna make you a new one."
They
Oh,
burned
thanks.
your pizza.
Yeah, they burnt our pizza. They were like, "Yeah, we overcooked it." I'm like, "You already know it takes like 20 minutes to make. Why the fuck would you think we should have it in a little longer? If I were the restaurant fucking fuckers, I'd fucking take that fucking pizza and shove it up my asshole.
Which you eventually did when you got it. So then,
But anyway, I was fine with it.
we got our food, and
Okay, so what happened? What happened was.
I want to end up saying the quote though.
Okay.
Well, okay, then you might as well say the whole thing if you can get through it.
Okay, so we got our food, and Camden's eating his pizza, and Spencer's eating his pizza. I'm eating my pot roast, and we're just having a good old Jolly Rancher time.
Camden's eating his. Yeah.
And Camden's like quiet. He's not really speaking that much. He's just eating.
I'm fucking chowing down. I was eating so fucking fast.
We have to hurry and get back to his place like as fast as we can, and we're still like 2 hours away from the destination. And it's
I took my time
and it's
too.
nighttime and raining, and I'm a slow eater anyway. So, I'm eating my food. We're eating, and it's like 15 minutes after we're eating, and I look over and I see Camden. He gets to his second to last slice. He's already eaten 4 of his slices. There's only 6, and we're just quiet. And Camden just goes. He goes. He's just like.
It, dude.
I'm not gonna let you fucking say it.
He just goes.
You can do it, Chris.
Yo, this pizza's hot as fuck, but I'm empowering through it.
Like the top of my mouth was burned for like a few days.
Because
that pizza was so fucking hot. But I just had to keep eating
The
it.
pizza that was gonna be late in the first 25-minute pizza, they burned it, so they made it again. He gets it, and he takes one. He takes one bite, and in his head he goes, "Oh fuck, this shit's so fucking hot. I can't. I just gotta do it." And he doesn't say a word.
Like Camden and I had the same thing, so I can confirm that when this thing came out of the oven, it was like molten lava. All right,
I
this thing was
fucking went for it.
crazy.
Fuck boy and lava girl.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, that was another thing we did. When we got the Zoom H5 recorder,
Which I'm sure all of
Walker
our
was
audience
sleeping.
knows.
Yeah, they don't know what that is at all.
That's the audio recording device that he used for making.
So we had a microphone. They were fucking with it, and they did a little Jimmy John.
We made a skit.
Yeah.
We made a skit of Fuck Boy
Camden and I
and
made
Lava
a new
Girl.
show called The Adventures of Fuck Boy and Lava
Well,
Girl.
it's nice that I was already
Fuck Boy.
speaking, so you should have let me finish it instead of you speaking too. That way, we have one person saying a story, not 2 people saying the same story, and everyone going, "Why the fuck are they saying the same story?" But anyway, that pizza was hot as shit.
People interrupt you and you can't talk.
That pizza was hot as shit.
You know.
Okay, this reminded me of a thing that I discovered shortly before the trip that I had to
You
read
what?
to everyone. I want to read this. Excuse me. I want to read this to the audience
Alright, read
because
it
this
first,
shit is fucking hilarious. So, I was just scrolling around on Facebook and I found this article titled "Fired Walking Dead Creator Wants $280 Million After Emailing Staff, Fuck You All." So right away I click on it. I'm like, all right, because I know the main story. Frank Darabont created The Walking Dead. He's big time movie director and writer. Like he made Shawshank Redemption.
Green
Like
Mile.
he's known for really good at adapting novels into movies. So of course he had a passion project to adapt the Walking Dead graphic novel series into a TV series, and he brought all of his friends on board. Some of the actors like Dale and Shane. I don't know if Shane actually, but I know Dale and Andrea, Lori. A lot of the actors were actors that were in his films all the time. So this was his passion project. And after season 1, he ended up getting fired because AMC, they're just money-hungry whores and they don't really care about quality. So they're just like, oh, you need a budget for things that you care about? Too bad, fuck you. And they just cut his budget all the time. So we knew he got fired, and I assume he was pissed. But these are the emails that lead up to him actually getting fired. And holy fuck, is it hilarious.
Every time Chris tells a story...
This was the best part because I didn't hear them yet, and we were all just sitting in my room, and... Chris is like, I'm gonna read you the Frank Darabont emails.
Every time Chris tells a story, he starts with a cough. Every time he's ready, he's so.
Yeah, so.
But when you read these out, I couldn't freaking breathe. It was so funny.
After the title, the article just says, "I'm in a state of absolutely boiling rage right now.
If that's your internal monologue as you fire up your computer to send out a furious email to your coworkers, the next morning at work won't be a pleasant one. If that's the first line of an actual email you sent to your coworkers, well, you might get fired and wind up having your correspondence released to the public as part of a legal battle with your employer, which is exactly what happened to Frank Darabont, the former executive producer of AMC's hit zombie show The Walking Dead. A bunch of shit. And finally, these are the Hamlet of angry work emails, a masterwork of unparalleled vitriol and shocking lack of regard for others' feelings, written with exceptional style and diction, emphasizing time and time again the fact that Darabont is obviously surrounded by lazy and incompetent morons. Geez, does he have to do everything around here? They're hilarious. Here we go. Alright, so this first one, explaining that he was dissatisfied with the script turned in by 2 writers. I am the writer's room. The lazy fucking assholes who are supposedly going to be my showrunners threw that responsibility on me after wasting 5 months of my time. If it were up to me, I'd have not only fired Chick Eccles and Jack Lugwitties when they handed me the worst episode 3 script imaginable, I'd have hunted them down and fucking killed them with a brick, then gone and burned down their homes.
That was the best part.
So already we're off to a
He
commanding
sent these
start.
to everyone. Revoking the email carbon copy privileges of the 2 aforementioned writers. Professional courtesy is something one earns, and those douchebags have not earned mine. I don't want to see them CC'd on anything anymore. Implying the camera operators have less vision than a blind man. Tell these operators that if they cannot provide us footage that works, we need to replace them with people who can. What the fuck are we paying them for? Ray Charles could operate better. Love this one. Describing his writing style. You need to pay attention to the motherfucking script. I even choose my goddamn commas for a reason. Why am I working so fucking hard if you're shooting everything some other way that doesn't work? Attempting to convey the extent of his rage. Everybody, especially our directors, better wake the fuck up and pay attention, or I will start killing people and throwing bodies out the door.
That's the one that always gets to me. I crack up when I heard
great.
that.
On potential heart troubles. And on a personal note, fuck you all for giving me chest pains because of the staggering fucking incompetence, blindness to the important beats, and the beyond arrogant lack of regard for what is written being exhibited on set every day. I love that one because it's like I'm imagining him typing these furious emails after every day of work, just like, God damn, fuck my heart. And he's just like clutching his heart while typing with one hand, just like, I need to fucking send this email. Fuck these people. I hate them.
Jeez.
This one. On comparing The Walking Dead to the Fukushima tsunami and nuclear disaster that killed around 20,000 people. Right now, we're like those crews in Japan, shuffling through miles of rubble and wondering where to even begin because the task is so enormous and the devastation so huge. It's a TV show. This one's my favorite. On a bad day at the office, seeing those dailies today left me gobsmacked and thinking I should fake my own death, leave town, and live under an assumed name.
That one is.
That was so funny.
So, for those of you who don't know, dailies are after you're filming for a day, the director and producer will go home and look at the footage that you filmed throughout the day, just like the raw footage. So, he sat down and watched all that. Probably was like quiet, just watching it, just boiling. He goes home and he's like, I need to send this email right now. Just like, guys, I think I'm gonna quit everything in life and just like run away.
Run away.
And in this one, of course, reminding the world not to trust subsequent statements that he relies on hyperbole. I promise I'm not being a hyperbolic wise ass. And then finally, on his concern that a director may have had an undetected stroke due to her apparent lack of competence. I honestly think we should recommend to Gwyneth that she go get a brain scan and see if she's had a problem. She may be in real danger. It's that bad. And then the article ends, here's to hoping Frank Darabont gets the $280 million he deserves for having to suffer through the pain of working with people he didn't like, all to make a show about zombies. Oh my god. That article was from Thrillist by Anthony Schneck. Might as well give
We can
him,
put it in the description
yeah,
too.
might as well give him credit. Holy fuck, Frank Darabont, you are a genius with words.
Savage.
God bless you and your zero filter.
Oh, also, Chris, could you, for Training Wheels, Chris, I honestly can't remember what we watched on YouTube. I feel like we watched a lot of Game of Thrones reaction
Probably some
videos, which are
porn.
always a blast.
Probably porn.
Yeah.
No,
good.
well, no, actually,
Oh god.
we watched that scene from Piranha, that crappy
Some are good,
movie,
yeah. Some are good.
and that was like honestly like 75%.
True.
Like
true.
it was almost
75% what?
Okay, you know what? This was a big part of the trip, and we keep saying it. I feel like we have to explain it to the audience, so maybe they somehow start to get it. We need to explain what summer good is.
You.
Oh, okay.
Spencer, you begin since you discovered it.
This is a huge thing too.
Okay.
Man.
So there's this video.
Is your name Spencer?
So there's this video.
So okay, there's this video called "Norm Gets Mad at the Haters," and it's also known as "Don't Call Me Fat."
It's a huge
Now,
classic YouTube video.
It's a classic viral hit that Ray William Johnson back in the day covered, and it blew up. I think it's his most viewed video, Ray William Johnson's. And, you know, we've all loved that video for years, but it started around the trip with myself, Camden, and Chris. We just decided to watch it again, but instead of, you know, watching it normal, we decided to slow it down to the 0.5 speed, and it made it so much funnier. Like,
I literally
we were
woke
just
up in the
laughing
morning,
so hard.
and Spencer and Camden were just like, "Hey, Chris, wake up! You gotta watch this." I was like,
You need to watch
and you just
this.
started playing, and I was crying, laughing, like in my bed. I
Oh,
just
it was
woken
so
up. I was
funny.
laughing my ass off from it.
There's cum
It was
everywhere.
so funny, and
he was
and
laughing.
then-
Yeah.
And I kept watching the video. Like, I would just watch it every day. And eventually we found out that there was a extended edition of it, if you will. Never before seen footage. And I clicked on the video, and in the first, like, 40 seconds of it or so that were cut out, the guy says, he's going to read the comments.
So here's
He's
the
going
backup
to-
with this. So the original video, if you've ever seen it, it's literally
Thank
the very
you.
beginning of the video. It's this big fat guy who just goes, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you." That's literally starts off the video. But he had an intro that he filmed, and this intro starts off with him like really pissed off but like calm, like he hasn't blown up yet. And he's talking about how he gets so many comments on his YouTube channel talking about how he's fat and he's sick of it and he's just really mad. And he keeps talking up and he's finally like, here's some examples. And I go ahead, Spencer.
And one of the first things he says is, "You suck, dude. Sorry, I thought it was okay." He just gives up. And then he reads one, and he goes, "LMO, some are good." And he waits a couple seconds.
Just
and he goes,
randomly, he's just like reading like the hate comments, and he's like slowly realizing not all of them are hate comments. So he's just like, he's just like, he was like,
and
"You
just, like,
suck."
a couple seconds
you
pass after that.
This one, you fuck. Well, some are good.
He's so pissed off.
He also pauses for a second.
Yeah.
He goes like, "Some are good." Again,
he's like,
really
some are
closed mouth.
good. Yeah. Some are good.
He's like, "Some are good."
And for
Some
some
are
reason,
good.
we just found that hilarious, and we started referencing like other things while like saying that some are good, like The Walking Dead. I mean, some are good. Like
We
the
say
show's
that
not very
so
good,
much.
but some are good. Some are good.
And it's
like
just been an
actually-
ongoing thing ever since then, and now everybody,
Yeah.
pretty much everybody in
bet-
YouTube just says it for everything
Yeah.
now.
I bet that at one point or another, we have like literally referenced every single line from that video. At one point or another, we have laughed so hard about
One
at
of my
least
favorite
every line.
One of my favorite bits is he reads a comment. He's like, "Pro tip: lose weight." What the fuck?
And actually, during
That's my
when we saw
favorite
Dunkirk,
part.
when we saw Dunkirk, there's a line of dialogue in the film where,
Which is very rare.
One of the soldiers says, "We have to lose weight because they're on a boat and stuff." And
then, all right, I want to tell it, Spencer. So, right at this
Okay.
point in the movie, Harry Styles, he's in a boat. He's about to die. He's about to drown. I said it the right. You know
I
what?
thought you were just gonna keep going.
We're
He's
gonna
in the
get to that in a
boat,
minute.
dude.
We're gonna get to that in a minute.
Connor talks funny.
No. So, Spencer just leans over to me for the entire movie. He hasn't blinked. He's been locked on this screen, and then I just feel a shift in weight to my right, and he just looks at me.
I feel a
and
left hand on my penis.
And as soon as Harry Styles says, "We have to lose weight," Spencer just looks at me. Pro tip: lose weight in the middle of the movie.
That sounded
It was
just
so
like him.
Funny. But yeah, back to what Chris was trying to point out.
You fucking talk weird.
Y'all motherfuckers think I say stuff.
I was like, "Whoa!" A recruit started playing Halo Reach, and he was like, "What?"
Yeah. I'm like, no.
I'm like, it doesn't fucking tell me that. You shouldn't
That's
have
rough, buddy.
believed me.
Oh, speaking of Rough Buddy, so I've been watching Avatar: Last Airbender for
Rough
research
Buddy?
on how to write a cartoon series that has like a beginning, middle, and end. And so, all right, have any of you actually watched Avatar: Last Airbender? I don't think Connor and Camden have. Nathan, have you?
Yeah.
Go team.
Which
Go
one?
watching Avatar.
Was it
Avatar: Last Airbender. Have you seen it?
The show.
Yeah, the show.
The show.
Okay, I was making sure you wasn't talking about the movie, but
No, that's The Last Airbender because that was like around the same year that Avatar came out. So like, fuck, we can't name it Avatar.
not all of it. But I've seen a good amount to know the story.
Okay, all right. So for those of you who don't know, there's a character in it named Zuko, who's this like 16-year-old prince who was like banished, and he has like a scar on his face, and he's like this complicated character who's sort of like the bad guy at first, and then later on he like tries to become a good guy, and he like teams up with them. And he and one of the other main characters, this like comedic relief character, they're like in this hot air balloon headed to this prison to save his dad. And it's like this big thing. And they're like finally relating to each other for once. And this guy's like an emo, like he's like always depressed and just frustrated about everything. He's constantly pissed off and trying to kill people.
Alex?
And pretty much actually. And
Damn! Dude!
We've incorporated
Damn!
we've incorporated everyone into this video.
we have. And
Oh my god, this is like night with deep sheep!
And so they're in this hot air balloon, and Sokka's the other guy, the comic relief character. He's like, you know, it's crazy that you like left your home to help us out and shit. Like, don't you miss anything? And then Zuko's like, yeah, I had a girlfriend, but you know, I didn't want to drag her into this because now I'm an enemy of everyone, and I didn't want to hurt her. And then Sokka just sits down and he just goes, my first girlfriend turned into the moon. And then Zuko just like looks up and then takes a second. He just goes, that's rough, buddy. Then it cuts away to the next scene.
I remember that episode.
That's like my
That was
favorite thing.
great.
She turned
this
into the
kid's-
moon?
Yeah, it was like this whole thing in season 1. It was like this big thing, and he like doesn't really talk about it, but like just out of context, you just tell someone, my first girlfriend turned into the moon, and then this like angry, depressed guy who is like talking about himself, and then you just decide to talk about yourself. He just goes, that's rough, buddy.
That
This
sounds like
guy
some-
doesn't know how to sympathize or like show empathy towards people, so he's just like, that's rough, buddy. And that's my favorite thing. Like I saw this compilation of like movie scenes where like someone gets hit by a bus and then Zuko just goes, that's rough, buddy. Like, that's awesome.
I need to see that.
Please send that
It's
to
like-
us.
Yeah.
Not
I need to
Camden.
see
Send
that.
that to me and Nathan.
My
not Camden.
my
Fuck.
favorite one.
Wait, why not me? What did I
I
do?
don't know, dude. I don't know. That's so funny. Zuko, that's yeah, it showed up. That's rough, buddy.
Zuko,
It's literally
that's
called
rough,
That's
buddy.
Rough, Buddy. My favorite one is like later on in the video. It's Star Wars, and he's like, "No, I am your father." And, dun, 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 and then Luke's like, "No, that's not true. That's rough, buddy."
That's impossible.
That's not true.
The
That's
cartoon
rough,
was
buddy.
just great.
Yeah.
I love how the YouTube video you sent to us about Cuphead was, what the fuck is Cuphead?
That's the name of his series.
Oh.
WTF is blank.
Well, don't I feel stupid?
All right, let me see if I know any of the shit that he says is what the fuck. I said that right?
What?
Okay, I guess I didn't. Tooth and Tail, never heard of that. What the fuck is Nidhogg 2? I know that. I know Nidhogg.
I don't know what that is.
It's actually kind of looks fun. It's like this jousting type game where you just like run at people with these
Ah, that
long.
game.
Let's just roll on, honestly.
Yeah, let's just keep doing it, dude.
So we went into a really expensive furniture store, and I just decided to turn off my brain. And you know, we were like, Keaton became my caretaker, so he would like hold on to me. All right, Christopher, we need to go to the store. All right, let's go sit over here, little Christopher. Okay, Christopher, try not to spill your Nutella banana cream. And we ended up getting kicked out. Not because I was pretending to be retarded, but because we couldn't eat. So then I stopped doing that. But something unexpected happened. So we decided to go to this jewelry store for no reason. We were just fucking around. Went into the jewelry store. 5 seconds. We were in there. This like middle-aged Asian lady who works there goes up to us and says, "Oh, hello. Are you guys looking for a promise ring?"
and Alaxx lost his shit, and immediately was trying to hide the fact that he was losing his shit, and me and Keaton just went, "Oh no, not that," and I immediately just started going "No, we're looking for a ring for him," and she proceeded to help us out for a solid 15 minutes. She believed we were a gay couple, and we were looking for jewelry, and I was like, "How much is this?" And then Keaton would grab my shoulder and be like, "Oh, honey, what about this one?" and then I just went, "I don't know. I don't think Greg would like that," because I'm redirecting it away from me.
Greg.
And Keaton had to accept the fact that he was gay, which we all know. And so we had to for 15 minutes. This lady did not give up. Keaton was laughing. Alaxx left and was just laughing his ass off. She refused to back down. She did not care. She was like, "I'm gonna make a fucking sale today," and I was like, "How much is this necklace?" And she's like, "Oh, it's $700." And then I just go, "Oh, maybe."
And then let's put that one on the back burner.
And then Keaton's like, "What about this one? Greg likes elephants, right?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know. This one looks more like a wiener." Because I think Greg likes wieners more. And then Keaton's like, "Oh, you're right." And then she's like, "Oh, Greg likes wieners." We had to pretend. We just had to pretend the whole time.
Dude, there was no way that she actually said that, Chris.
She did. She held us
so Greg likes wieners?
She held us customarily hostage for 15 minutes where we couldn't just leave. And then finally we ended it with the classic, "All right, well, we'll go check out another store and we might come back." And then we left.
Yeah.
And Alaxx was he was like, "That was the funniest fucking shit I've seen since I moved here. That was amazing."
I love how he had to leave.
He did, yeah. He was he do the classic where you go and you cover your mouth with your hand and he just turns around and walks away. I held my composure. Keaton was laughing a little bit, but I tried to hold my composure, and she was smiling. She knew we were laughing, but she did not care. She was like, "I'm gonna make money today." That is a good
move there
sales
now to see what you guys just do on a daily basis.
Oh yeah. We need to go to the mall again and go back there.
When we're all down there, we're gonna get kicked out of LA.
I'm surprised me and Alaxx haven't gotten kicked out of our apartment for how much we.
There's just gonna
yell.
There's just gonna be a billboard that says "Deep Sheep not allowed"
on the Hollywood.
For what, hoagie? All right, Nathan. What do you get when you go to a Subway?
Turkey and cheese.
Okay, what is that? He thought about it too. He was like, "I'm gonna be an asshole," and
that is the most Nathan thing to say. Thank you, Lord.
I knew that was coming.
The answer's sub.
No.
Sub.
Nathan, what kind of sandwich is it when you go to a Subway or a Wawa or of something of that nature?
A sub.
Thank you.
No!
Thank you, Nathan. You made it up.
Just move on with the joke. That's why I said it.
Yeah.
Dude, wait, what do you actually call it though?
It's a sub.
Nathan, what do you actually call it?
What?
Honestly,
It's
though,
a
I
sandwich.
call it a sandwich. I've never called it a sub. But
A sub for me is
Well, if I specifically go to
I've never
either,
called it a hoagie less or more.
Well, yeah,
Okay,
I've never
okay.
called it a hoagie, but a sub to me is a specific kind of sandwich where it's the round bread and it's this round fucking thing. It's 6 inches to a foot
A
long. That's
meatball
a sub.
sandwich to me is a sub. That's what a sub is. A hoagie is when you have the same type of breading but with assorted meats and lettuce. Is that what you call it, Nathan? Do you call it a hoagie or a sub?
Yeah, they do serve hoagies here, but I'd mostly just call it subs.
It's a sub.
Damn it! I'm in the minority here.
You are, and you want
Which
to
is
be
weird.
the minority.
Which is weird because I don't want to be the minority. I want to be the majority. Down.
That's what
I will just shit on the joke then if you want.
Damn.
It was on fire, so I took a piss on it. So here is the events that transpired once I was in the surgery room. I was nervous as fuck. I never had surgery before. I'd never been under, or I don't know if I was under, but I guess I was. But I'd never been loopy before or any of that shit. And they put an IV in my arm. That was new to me. I was like, oh, this is fucking creepy. And they were like, so do you need like a blanket or something? Like, are you cold? And I was kind of chilly, but I was just like too nervous to really say anything. I was like, nah, I'm all good. And so yeah.
I remember when the dent. This is just a short story. So like, the first time I ever got my teeth pulled out, the dentist kept asking me fucking questions while I was like in the chair with shit in my mouth, and he was just like,
so
do you
how
need
old
to
are
go
you?
to the bathroom?
Yeah. So how old are
At one
you?
point he was like, do you need to go to the bathroom? And I was like,
Ah.
I was just like, how
Yeah,
the fuck do I talk to you?
one time I was at the dentist, and I shit you not, I had 5 things in my mouth. I had
Were they like
one of
teeth
those.
or what?
I had one of. I had the
Three
scraper.
of them were human objects.
I had a scraper, the toothbrush, the sucker,
Dentist's finger.
Oh well.
My penis.
Stop it, guys.
And then mine too.
Sorry.
1, 2, that shit.
The sprayer.
Across the streams.
And the mirror.
I was the sprayer.
So, man, you guys fucking suck. But so as this was happening, right? He asked me. He said, "So how are things?" And I actually tried to talk to him, and as I was talking, he stabbed me.
Damn.
He stabbed my lip.
You shouldn't be talking.
Yeah,
I bet
he
that's
was
what he
testing
said.
you.
Yeah, he stabbed me, and he's like, "Oh, got a little blood there," and I'm like, "All
All
right."
right, I'm gonna need you to
fucking
keep
shit,
your
I got
mouth
a little
really
blood
still.
there.
Don't move it, okay? So anyway, how have things been? Oh, motherfucker! I told you, don't move. That was.
It's a house college. That's the noise you make.
I wonder if anybody's died like from a dentist doing his operation.
I don't know. So there was this one time I got my wisdom teeth taken out at the orthodontist, right? And I went into the surgery room, and I also had like that oxygen thing in your nose. Now I don't know why, but I'm a fucking idiot. And I always thought, like in movies and shit, those like tubes that go into your nose, I thought that shit went like into the back of your nose, like into your brain or something.
Oh
like,
no, it's just like a
pumping
little
shit.
peg.
Yeah,
Into your brain?
I got pegged more than Aunt fucking Peggy. So,
Dude,
and
I
he
get
said,
it. It's a joke that Camden said.
Yeah. So he said the
Wait, I said that?
orthodontist just said so you're
No,
gonna start
Spencer
feeling
said
a
it.
little relaxed, and I was like okay. And I wanted to do the countdown thing from 10, like backwards from 10. But they said I was like, oh, do you guys do that? Do you do the whole countdown? They're like, no. And he was like, I mean, you can do it. They were like, I mean, you can do it in your head, and I was like, it's not the same. So, but he said you're gonna start
That's
feeling
like the
relaxed.
Family Guy thing. Like, wait, Dad, before you go, can you say, Peter, you must go to the Dagobah system.
Yeah.
Peter, you must go to the Dagobah system. Yeah, thanks.
So he said, you're going to start feeling a little relaxed. And I was like, okay. And I was just kind of laying back. Like, okay. Oh, I'm starting to feel a little. Woke up in my bed. It's nighttime. I'm at my apartment.
What?
I have.
That is the
how
coolest freaking
this-
transition I've ever heard.
I love how the story just jumps there.
In the
It's just
history
like,
of
huh,
stories.
This is kind of cool. This is kind of, where the fuck am I?
Yep, I have shit in the back of my mouth, gauze. I'm like all
Jaws?
drowsy as fuck, and I'm just like, and then I go over to my phone, and Keaton and Alaxx are texting me. Alex, the southern one. There's Alex Gilbert.
Alaxx.
He's the other crazy jack. Does the audience know about that? I don't know. Anyway, they were
I
both
think
texting
so.
me, and I was like, I'm awake. And then Keaton was like, okay, you need to take your medication in an hour, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. And he was like, how do you feel? I was like, I feel like shit. And he was like, okay, well, that's fine, But, dude, you sent me a bunch of texts, like, I was like, wait, what happened while, like, I don't remember anything. He was like, dude, it's fucking hilarious. But, just go back to sleep and wake up in a little bit, take your medication. I was like, okay. And so I just went back to sleep.
I'm so excited.
So, eventually, I went through my phone, and I found out the conversations that I had with Keaton. Now,
Ooh,
it
we
was
get
about.
to see it?
Yep, I'm gonna share my screen. So it was about 3 o'clock when I was like in the surgery room, like being put out and stuff. I sent these texts at 3:30 p.m. I started sending these texts to Keaton. I'm in the surgery office. Like, I'm in the surgery room, high as fuck, off of my mind. I don't remember any of this. And I had my phone out just texting him. Like, I just decided I need to text Keaton. Here's the conversation.
In the middle of surgery?
Apparently. So, my last text to him was, hey, you can pick me up after the surgery, blah, blah, blah. You know, they said it'll be done about an hour. He went, okay. Here's the conversation that unfolded. 3:35 p.m. State. It is here. Thinks. In fucking chicken, we figured out that I could spell like cuss words pretty accurately. So that one's in fucking it. In den barely in tofu.
In den barely
in tofu. I'm looking bite finger. Bring the Arbor Bundy. See what in extinguish. How the fuck did I spell extinguish correctly? Have G fungicide or under ye oink kinda lane in the vacasses. And then I go to all caps. Classes! See? I went to check Ripper weird. In winter sniff when chocolate we think that means I wanted a chocolate milkshake. In strawberry and banana. I wanted a strawberry banana milkshake. Like, cause that's what I always get. So I was very thirsty for strawberry banana milkshake.
You just go full German here.
I'm losing it, Buck here. They fought my class in the Babesy. I need to read see you. I need to see you. Oh, I love this one. So much smuff. So much smuff.
So much smuff.
Dude, in the parking lot, she freaking smurfed me.
I can read. Baby shit, Mr. Oki, uncase you. You crave you. I were you have a usi, you the Kirby fucking me. I think that means.
I bet that's pussy.
Yeah, I think that's pussy. Like, I were you. I wish you have a pussy and you could fuck me. I don't. Dude, I don't know. The chick rekinded into me where Kurt. I'm disoriented, clearly. Stare off game, thunk. It's cold. I can see.
I wonder if the orthodontist.
He's just like smooth things, or thunk. It's cold.
Yeah.
I wonder if the people like doing surgery on you were looking down as you were typing, just like, what the fuck is this kid talking
What if you were saying this out? What if you were saying this out loud as you were typing?
Something. So it's like a girl in the room.
Yeah, she was reasonably attractive too. So I don't know, but and
good
I
thing
sent
she
all
probably
these
has
texts.
no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
I sent all these texts within the span of 5 minutes. All of this within 5 minutes. I lost
What
my
the
shit.
fuck?
I can see why Zhao Kuming called C-Day2. It away and I'm tender hung in oxygen.
Dude, that's so much smuff.
And then, okay, so then, after that, I sent him 2 photos, okay? I sent him 2 pictures. Now, look away real quick. Don't look at my screen, okay?
Okay.
Let me go find.
I'm nervous.
Hang on.
I'm drinking the water.
Okay, alright, go ahead and
I'm
look.
nervous.
Okay. I sent
Ew.
Jesus pictures. I sent that one.
You're fucking gross looking.
Which makes sense because, you know, I have an IV in my arm. That was, like, really interesting to me because I never had it before. So, okay, I sent him that picture. That makes sense.
It's like poking out your arm.
I have no idea why I sent him this.
Cannot be the thumbnail.
No, for the video, that needs to be your picture instead of your regular picture. From
This
now
is
on,
my
this point on.
favorite picture I've ever taken of myself. Because, alright, number one, to the audience, if you guys don't know, I hate selfies. Like, I hate selfies with a passion. I never take them. So, like, again, the IV, that makes sense. Alright, I sent that to him for a reason. Why the fuck did I send him a selfie of my fucking retarded ass right here? Like...
But look at my. No one ever. If someone just met you and that was your face, they would literally think you're retarded.
Oh shit! What did I just do? Okay, it's back. Like, look at my pupils. They are dilated as fuck in this bright ass room.
Yeah.
I am high. I am gone from the world.
Alex, please make this his picture for the rest of the video. Thank you.
Okay, here I'm gonna go back to okay.
What the fuck?
And then afterwards, after those pictures, I sent him more in Watkins though. Bit not as fucked they. It's cold. They asked for a blanket and I said milk a cock.
I love how of all these words that are misspelled, you were able to like Just put cuck in there.
Wait, did you?
Just
I
'cause
think you actually
it was
said
just
to
like
the
your
lady.
high mind was just like, I know this one.
How did that
Thinks what
conversation
that-
go down? Like the lady
thinks-
came in, she's like, "Do you need something? Milk a cup."
Yeah, Keaton thinks that what that text actually means is they asked for a blanket, and I said no, I'm not a cuck. Like, and then I proceed to say, I'm cook, blanket, I need it. It's resolved here now. The bitches are off the dimension. I think that's bitches. Fart noise. I need it. It's accurate fucking shit.
What the fuck?
I think that one means it's as cold as fucking shit.
Keaton didn't respond at all.
He didn't respond to any of this. He just was laughing his ass off and showing some Hispanic guy in the waiting room. Oh, man. So those were the texts that I sent him. And later on, so then I woke up. This is about 9 o'clock. I wake up in excruciating pain. Like, my jaws hurt so fucking badly. I wander around. I was bleeding. There's blood on my hand. Blood on my mouth. Dry blood just fucking everywhere. On my arm, on my bed, my pillow, just dry blood fucking everywhere. I took out the gauze. Did I? Okay, I didn't import that. But I was in so much pain. Found out I was supposed to take my pills an hour ago. So I was like, okay, well, better late than never. Where are the pills? Keaton, where are the pills? Oh, wait, you don't? They didn't give you any? No. Oh. So Keaton was in class. He didn't come around till about 10 o'clock, 10:30. We had to drive to a pharmacy because they didn't give me the pills. They just gave me the prescription to get it. We were supposed to get it. Apparently, either they didn't tell Keaton or Keaton forgot. So I was just in excruciating pain without my medication for several hours. And I'm disoriented as fuck because I'm still on the medication. Like, the medication is, like, I'm still loopy. But, like, I can remember all of this. And I'm just, like, in pain. I was just, like, looking around for any type of medicine that could help me. I'm bleeding out my ass. You know, things are rough. Eventually, we got the medication. When I was in the CVS, I started bleeding. I just started bleeding all over the counter. I just went, ah, shit. Fuck. Like, I'm just completely out of it in the middle of the CVS, like 11:30 at night. Yeah. So, later on, Keaton showed me videos that he took of me. Now, before I show you those, I found out I actually filmed myself in the surgery office.
What?
In
the office. I filmed myself in the office. I don't remember this, but
Hey, what's up, guys? CACox97 here.
like normal people, like I told Keaton, please film me, this will be hilarious. Normal people let other people film them when they're high. I filmed myself when I was high because I wanted to make sure I had enough footage.
I don't trust
take off my
these
headset
people.
now so you guys can hear this video. It's a little hard to understand me, obviously. So, all right.
Oh my god, this is gonna be nuts.
Here you go. I feel. Okay, well here's the first one. Riveting. Next one.
What?
Riveting.
You just like I'd fuck
This
her.
one's a little longer. Okay, here's this one.
You gonna show us your dick? What's up, everybody?
Feeling drowsy as fuck. Let me get through this. I'm gonna rise back.
Your eyes
Wait, I love this part. I say, I don't give a shit about this. Here.
I remember shit about this.
He just comes out, he's like, ah!
We are who we are. And you can try and change and meld it. And you might be successful. If you change lyrically who you are.
It's something unpredictable, but in the end, it's right.
You're just gonna have to swim too far to survive.
Dude, that's good advice.
And stay alive.
All right.
And live on the surface in the best way that you can. If death awaits you down below, there's something. 'Cause it is.
What?
This has been CACox97, guys. See you guys later.
Life of a lie. Done. war over a fight for the truth.
What the fuck? She fucking waved. Okay, now. Here, don't look at my screen real quick, because I'm just gonna. I translated this video.
Okay, thank you, because I did not understand like 3/4 of that.
I just pretty much understand a good amount of it. Okay, now here's my translation of that. Here, wait. Okay, here, don't look. I'm gonna just read it to you guys. Okay, here's what I said. Hello, everybody. I can't, and then I got interrupted, and I looked over like, what the fuck? And then I said, can't feel much, feeling drowsy as fuck. And then I said, but need to get through this with no ice pack. I don't give a shit about this, but in the moment, here you are. And then here's what, this is like, I don't know why the fuck I started saying this shit, but I turned into a philosophy major while I was high. I said, here we are, and you can try and change in the middle, and you might be successful. But the change in drooping who you are in the deep, you're just gonna have to swim too far to survive. So stay afloat, stay alive, live on the surface in the best way that you can. And if death awaits you down below, you accept it, because it is. Is it better to ignore a life of a lie than or over a fight for the truth?
How did you just pull this out of your ass?
I don't know. I was like wondering, like, is there like a song playing with those lyrics and somehow my high ass like memorized the lyrics or something? I don't know where the fuck any of that came from.
I just imagine Chris like hitting that bong, and then
video
saying,
number 2 I took in the surgery office.
"Oh dear."
Here we go.
This one, the ending's my favorite part of this one.
Dude, that's intimate right there.
I love that face.
This is the surgery office. Feel a little relaxed.
I'm feeling relaxed.
We can do this, you two. We can beat it all. The YouTube bullshit. All the apocalypse shit, all of it. We can beat it. You wanna know why? You're a 20-year-old about to get his wisdom teeth taken out. Just thinking about that.
Wait for it.
And not. The fucking cucks out there that fuck your shit every goddamn day.
the guy laughed at you at the end, and you pointed the camera at him like, "What the fuck are you saying?"
You're just like, are you making fun of me?
Here's what I said in that one. This is the surgery office. Feeling a little relaxed, but I'm here. We can do this, YouTube.
We can do this, YouTube.
The YouTube bullshit, all that apocalypse shit, all of it, we can beat it. And you want to know why? Because a 27 or 20-year-old about to get his wisdom teeth taken out is thinking about that, and not those fucking cucks out there that fuck your shit every goddamn day.
I love how, cause like when I visited with you and Spencer, apparently the first night I fell asleep, and then like I sleep talked, and the last thing I said was, "All right, good night, you fucking cucks," and you brought the fucking cucks thing back.
It was really weird when that happened too. Like you were just tossing and turning, and I remember hearing something like, we gotta wake up tomorrow to vote for the IMDb Survivor thing."
Yeah, sir. What do you think's gonna win the IMDb Survivor thing? I was like, what?
And we're like, wait, what? Can you actually explain to us what that is? And then you're like, I don't know. Good night, fucking cocks.
I went, "I'm trying to sleep."
Yeah, Cameron went, what? I was like, you said something. You're like, I'm trying to sleep. I'm like, you started talking first. All right, good night, you fucking cuck. It's like every other conversation I have with Cam.
What IMDb Survivor?
I have no idea.
Because I know the American Idiot Green Day Survivor thing was going on the subreddit at that time. And I don't know, I guess we were talking about movies or something, and so I was just like, IMDb Survivor. Or no, I think it was Oscars Survivor.
So, what I love about this video is, the YouTube apocalypse has affected me, affected the DeepSheep channel. It's been bad. And I just try not to think about it. Like, I just kind of keep it in the back of my head, because every time I do think about it, I just get extremely fucking depressed and frustrated. So, my high ass was thinking about that. Like, it just went to the forefront. Like, out of all the millions of things I could have been talking about, I was talking about the YouTube bullshit, the apocalypse shit. And I just love that. Now, here's some more videos I filmed.
Oh dear, there's more.
I took a picture of my legs. I don't know why. And then here's a video I took in the car.
Hot.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, shit.
This is while
It's
Keaton is
feature
driving
length.
me back.
It's feature length.
Makes sense. Keaton went, uh-huh. I understood fuck there.
Bite down on your guys. I think the hardest have laughed in a quick second. Bite down.
You said, I'm really drunk.
Hey, bite down.
I had a mirror down. Beat the shit out of me? What? You turned into Jurassic Park.
What was I gonna say?
I'm tired.
Dude, the cinematography in this is great.
I'll give to you. We'll just have a lot of high Cox videos. I cannot hear what you said.
You're like, you fucking
next
asshole.
film festival, just submit this video. No context. You're like, oh, another video from Christopher Cox. What the fuck is this shit?
Bro, you just got like 4 teeth like yanked out of you. How does that feel? Your mouth is violated.
What the fuck?
No, I'm sleepy. I'm still filming.
It's like a fainting goat.
You should stop recording.
I started yawning. Here's another. Oh wait. Where's the other one?
I want to quickly point out something.
This better not be anticlimactic.
Here's another one. This one's only 33 seconds.
It's recording.
The Prindle.
He drives in neutral? What a pussy.
You're the cameraman.
Did I say fucking yes? That was it.
That was it. Damn.
That was for those. Alright. Now on to the videos Keaton got of me.
I want to quickly point out the dead
You should
giveaway.
put this on Twitter and make it viral.
The dead giveaway that this was recorded by Chris, or at least the first ones, and it was like Chris when he was high as fuck, was because he recorded vertically.
Yep, I was like,
Would have never known.
I would never do that. I was definitely high. All right, this is so the nurse is trying to like this like after the surgery, and she's like trying to help me get up. Like apparently they didn't put me in a wheelchair or anything. Like they just kind of had me walk out.
Like
no checkup or anything. Just all right, you're done, go. And that's it. So she's like trying to get me out of the chair.
Ready?
Wait, what did you
He's
say?
just like what? What?
You're gonna go home, okay? I want you to bite down. Just bite it down, or else you guys are gonna keep moving. So just bite down, okay? Yeah, the hiccups is just normal side effect of the medication, okay? Alright, so now I'm gonna help you up and help you to your car, okay?
You look so weak.
Alright, Christopher, I want you to swing your legs over this way, okay? This way. Christopher, this
I love
way.
how Keaton's not helping. He's just recording.
I realized, I was like, oh.
Christopher, this way.
What the fuck?
Oh. When she takes the thing down for you to move that way, and you deliberately go the wrong fucking way.
You never fall.
Yeah, swing your legs over this way.
Just like, how do I do that?
I'm like Stephen Hawking.
And more. Just swing them over, Christopher, this way. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Alright. On three, you're gonna stand up. Give me your hand. You're gonna stand up on three. Ready? Stand up. 1, 2, 3.
What's up, dude? Oh, never mind.
Not ready.
Sit back down.
I'm like, I can do this. I can stand up.
You can do it, dude.
Hey, you need to relax.
do this,
You're
you
gonna
two.
have the degree come in and help me, okay?
No, I can do it.
No, I'm gonna do it.
Alright, we're gonna walk to your car.
That's
Come
the
on.
face of a
This
hero.
way. Stand up straight. You can do it.
I'm like a waddling penguin.
This is the smallest steps possible.
You can do it.
He had to get your feet.
He's a good cameraman.
This way, yeah. Wait, do that here.
He's filming vertical.
Hold on, slowly, slowly.
Pussy.
Stand up straight. Stand up straight.
Now we're in the parking lot.
Which is your car?
The Ford Focus.
Stand up straight.
That
Yeah,
double
we
chin.
unlock it.
That double fucking chin though.
Put him in the driver's
Stand up
seat.
straight. Alright, go. There you go. Dean, go inside. Alright, go down. Watch your head. There you go.
Yeah, you're like a drunk driver getting arrested.
Oh my god.
That was fucking awesome.
Oh man. So, those were the videos that transpired while I was high off my ass, and I don't remember a single thing from any of that. It's weird because like a lot of people describe it as you just blink, like you're like, oh, I'm feeling a little blink, you wake up. It wasn't exactly that for me. It definitely, I felt like time had passed. Like it was more of just like a black hole. It wasn't like my memory was fuzzy. It's just a black hole in my memory that I don't remember a single thing from. I just like when I woke up, I was like, time has definitely passed. Like I feel like stuff went on. But oh my god. So after that, I've been living for the past couple weeks with no wisdom teeth. Actually, for the rest of my life, I'll live like that. Funny enough, it's weird how that works. For a while, I couldn't eat like normal foods. Like I just had to take pills every day, like every 6 hours. Otherwise, I was in excruciating pain. I
So
couldn't
it's
eat
2:30 all the time?
Hell yeah, man. That's rough, buddy. So I couldn't even eat like spaghetti. Like I tried to eat spaghetti. That shit was too chewy. It just hurt. But now, a couple weeks later, the stitches dissolved away. So now I just have 2 holes in the back of my mouth. And every time I have a meal, I have to stick these syringes into the holes and flush them out to get rid of all the gunk. And it is shocking how much gunk from just everyday food can get caught in there. And how much gunk those tiny little holes can hold. I don't know how deep they go, but they go deep as fuck. They go
You should
deep.
stick like a paper clip in there.
They go deep sheep.
I should stick my dick in your...
I mean, you've already done that. I was trying to do something new here.
Again. But anyway, that's the story of how I got my wisdom
Why does it
teeth
always
taken
go
out.
gay?
I don't know, man. We're deep.
Go gay or go home.
But there you go. That's the
Can't even
story.
go home.
Some other bonus shit. Keaton was explaining what I was like when I was high when he wasn't filming, and I was like, I could barely walk. Like I had to be really careful. So apparently, when we got out of the car to get to my apartment, I started like running. He was like holding me, like holding on to me tight. I just started going. I was like trotting, trying to get to the door. Like I wanted to get inside really badly. And apparently, for those of you who visited me know that the lock on the gate to get into my apartment is a pain in the ass. Like it always takes me a couple seconds to get the key to unlock it. Apparently I did that shit like no problem when I was high. Like I just whipped out the key, fucking precision, pow, opened that door right away. And then as I was walking over the steps, I tripped because I didn't realize there were stairs. And then he brought me up the stairs and opened the door to the apartment. I went rushing into the apartment because, I rushed in and the air conditioner was on. I wanted to turn that fucker off as badly as I could. Like usually when I come home, the air conditioner is on because Alex likes it really cold and the air conditioner is in the living room where he lives. And he always has it on, and I always am like, it's fucking cold, so I go to turn it off. My high ass was like, I wanted a blanket, fuck this shit, I'm cold as fuck, so I just ran in, and I had to run around his, like, bed to get to it. Apparently I tripped and just fucking fell down. And,
no!
And then I was reaching to, like, I couldn't get up, so I was just, like, reaching to try and turn it off, but I was pressing the wrong button over and over again, and I didn't realize it, and then Keaton hit the right button for me, which is funny because in real life I do that too. I always press the wrong button to turn off the air conditioner. And then I got really tired. He brought me to my bedroom, and I just collapsed on my bed, just like, ugh. And then he was like, all right, well, see you, bud. And he started walking away, and I said, my shoes are on. And he was like, well, take them off. And I was trying to kick them off, and I couldn't do it. So then he untied my shoes and pulled them off. And then he like pulled the blankets over me. He's like, all right, see ya. And then I said, I miss you. And then he left. And that's why, and that's funny because that's how I know that I didn't put myself to bed. Because when I woke up, like, and I remember everything, I woke up, I tried to get out of bed. I just see my shoes right next to my bed. I'm like, why are my shoes here? But why are the laces untied? Man.
That's probably like a total Walking Dead, like season 1, episode 1 moment where you're like, where you just wake up and you're like, where the fuck did I come from, you know?
Keaton even wrote, don't dead open inside on the door.
Don't dead open inside.
He wrote that on the door. It was really creepy.
That's awesome.
Don't open dead inside. Wait, did he actually?
No.
Oh.
Connor, you're a fucking idiot.
I actually kind of believed he did too for a second there, and I was really excited.
Spencer, you're a fucking idiot.
It was actually even crazier because my final text to Keaton was the word gullible.
Oh, really?
Oh, I get it.
And I get it. That is the full events of getting my wisdom teeth taken out. If any of you ever have to endure that experience, which you very likely will, I would be happy to be there, to be your guardian. Keaton has a great sense of humor.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah?
There's gullible written on the ceiling.
I looked at the floor.
There's not?
Wow.
Keaton has a great sense of humor. He was pointing out at one point, just like, maybe a week ago, so we were just hanging out, and we were talking about me when I was super high, and he just said, there was a moment when I was like, driving you there, and you were just completely out of it. I thought to myself, I could rape him right now. Like,
wow.
I could definitely do it and get away with it. And I was like, you could have.
You could have. You win this round, Applebaum.
Yep. But hopefully he has to get his wisdom teeth taken out. Like, I hope that happens, and then I will be happy to take care of him, and rape him.
I knew one of you were gonna say it.
Nah, rape's wrong though. So was 9/11. So there you go. That's everything.
I actually, just on the top,
can confirm the final products are really good.
Yeah.
So, we're looking about that time where we're probably going to be wrapping here.
Yeah, we're getting
soon.
pretty close. So let's see if we can squeeze in a couple of other things. What do you guys want to discuss as like a fucking goodbye Moon Man segment?
I know you've told me this story before, and I've told the version to Spencer, but he's never heard it from you. I heard you got into a lot of fights when you were younger.
I will tell the one where I filled a sword up with rocks.
What?
Okay, alright, so, and believe it or not, as a kid, I had an anger issue.
What? Dude, I had no idea.
Yeah, so, and I lived at an apartment complex one time. And this is when I still lived in North Carolina. And I had these two friends. I won't say their names, but one was a tall one was a short one. And I would bring, like, all of us would, like, play, but we would get into a lot of fights for some reason. But we would always make up. But I think we fought more just because of, like, because we wanted it our way, or just however the fuck kids are. I fucking hate kids. And, like, I had bought this little cheap-ass sword, or, like, my mom bought me this little cheap sword at, like, a fair, or I won it or something. It was, like, this red samurai sword that was hollow. And it came with a sheath. The sheath got destroyed, so I just had the sword. And my friend said, hey, let's play sword fight. And it was like, okay, no hitting in the face and things like that. Well, this dude hit me in the face. And I got so mad. And like, he had to go do something real quick. So I'm like, fuck you. I went over to the, like, not a quarry, but we have, like, this little spot by our apartment where we had a basketball hoop, a nicely paved concrete wall, and then a little pile of, like, rocks. I went over to the pile of rocks, and I kept, like, getting fistfuls of rocks, and I was pouring them into the sword, and then I tied it off somehow, and then, like, my friend's like, okay, I'm gonna hit you again. He hit me in the thigh, and I'm like, okay, it's your time. I'm like, okay. The next thing that I can remember is that he is on the ground crying, has the biggest fucking welt on his jaw. And I remember, like, blood was coming out of his mouth, and I was freaking out. Because, like, when I got angry as a kid, I got so fucking angry. My face would turn red. I would be filled with rage and fury. Then one thing would change, and I'm like, oh shit, I should not be doing this.
A little voice in your head.
And then I remember that I wasn't crying, but I was, like, getting nervous, and tears were coming out of my face. I'm like, I don't want to be here. And then, like, him and his brother were just sitting there. He's like, what'd you do? Wasn't supposed to hit him in the face. And I was like, did he hit me in the face? He's like, but you
But he wrote me into this.
He wrote me into this.
And he wrote me into this.
And then, I remember that I just ran back to the house and I didn't leave for like 2 days. And I stayed in there. And then there was like another incident. Like we had these neighbors and they were just stuck up bastards. I hate them. And their kids were just like normal people. They didn't talk. They were just like normal people. And I had like one of those weird little ankle ball things. Like you wrap it around your ankle with Velcro.
Oh,
there's an elastic string.
Yeah,
and then
I know
it's a
what you're talking
rubber
about.
ball on the end. I remember that I
fun.
had one of those and it was just stuck to my ankle. And then, like, the kids out in the center had, like, a couple more friends over. And oh, my God. I still remember this like the day it happened. They're sitting there, and the parents come out, and they're like, oh, hey, Alex. I'm like, hi. They're like, what are you doing? I got a new toy. And they're like, oh, that's cool.
Like, oh, fuck.
Because, like, it's only acquaintances at this point.
You
And,
gonna
like,
kill my kid this time?
and then they, like, do something on the board, and they're like, yay! And for some fucking reason, I'm like, yay, hooray! And I throw the ball.
Oh,
And
shit.
it hit one of the 2x4 posts near like the stairs that it was at.
Yeah.
And it hit the girl in the face. And
Oh,
my
dude.
reaction to this, I don't think I could make this up. Like the second she got hit, she started crying. Her brother was doing that. She was like, oh! And I look at my hand, I'm like, ow, 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 ah, ah. And I just start running with my hand on and they're like, get back here. And then I fucking trip.
Oh, no.
And then I still have the ball in my hand. I'm like, ow. And the parents come over like, what'd you do? And I fucking threw the ball at the parents. And then
Wait, what? You're laying on the ground and the parents are coming over like, all right, you little asshole, come here. And you're just like,
and I threw
ow! Ha!
And I threw the ball and hit the guy in the stomach. And he's like, whatever. And then I like scrambled into the fucking house and I just locked the door.
Where you lock the door?
Yeah.
They're just like, come on out!
Yeah, that's pretty much.
No.
Well,
Oh my
on that note, it's about time for us to wrap. Thank you all so much for watching our first ever live action late night.
It won't happen again.
It won't happen for a while.
At least,
guys.
yeah, not for a while. Who knows?
Shit, how has he not stopped?
Oh my god.
This might beat Alex's record.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly.
Don't time him.
You for some reason I don't know how this conversation reminded me of it,
but something happened at my school like a couple months ago that honestly made me laugh my fucking ass off.
You had an
and I
Oscar
don't think I've
ceremony.
told any of you guys this before.
Tell it.
Get the fuck off
so-
the Oscars, Camden.
So, in my junior year of high school, I would imagine that some jackass students pulled the fire alarm a cumulative, like, 16 times. Like, that's not even an exaggeration, guys. Like, this fire alarm was pulled, like, I'm not joking you, like, twice a month. And like, I wish I was joking. I wish I could be exaggerating that, but I'm serious. In fact, I might be under-exaggerating. Like...
Underrated.
Yeah, I might be being generous. Anyway, so yeah, senior year. We're about 6 or 7 months into the year, and the fire alarm gets pulled for the first time, and that's a pretty big accomplishment.
Oh,
I guess that
wow,
they've
yeah.
kind of figured out a system into kind of getting people to not do that. And I found out the way they did it was they put some sort of gel on the fire handle, so that way when someone pulls it, it like sticks to their hand and they can trace who did it.
Why?
So
What the
so
hell?
that's the thing. But
Why
get
would they
this.
do that?
It's like they set up a trap that, like, if they pull it, then behind the bar they pulled is, like, the blue paint that, like, spits out at you and, like, never
Yeah.
washes off.
But get this.
You're a dumbass.
The Nice Guys 2016.
But get
I'm
this,
sure
just
that
in the
gag was
middle
used before then, but...
in the middle of the day. It was like towards the end and stuff like that. Or actually not really the middle. Yeah, towards the end of the day.
Towards the
we
middle
were just sitting down in our class, and then all of a sudden
Act
we hear
2.5.
and then I'm like, okay, so there's a
Crickets?
fire alarm going off. And so
Okay.
someone pulled it.
We're-
And I'm like
We're all fancy and
sitting
shit,
there
have sound
thinking,
effects
and you
now.
know, when you guys do a fire drill and stuff
Mhm.
like that, or when someone pulls a fire alarm or if something happens and it's unplanned, you would expect it to go off maybe within like the first 2 minutes, right? Like maybe you guys evacuate, maybe something like that happens, but it gets resolved. And the fire alarm went off for about 2 minutes, and about 2 minutes into it, I was like, okay, it's still going on. No one's evacuating because we know it's fake, but that's
But,
kind of
like,
weird.
what if it's a real fire?
But
The teacher's just like,
it went
ignore
on-
that.
About 10 minutes fucking later, it's still on.
We're dead.
Oh my god.
It's literally going eep, 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 over and over and over. And I'm like, okay, you know what? There might be some technical difficulties, but it's gonna go off. It went on for, we counted, 36 minutes.
Oh
That's
my
just
god.
your ear.
Of-
You must be deaf.
So long that we had to just go into the parking lot, not to evacuate to practice the drill that wasn't planned, but to just get away from the noise.
Yeah.
And get this shit. The fire department had to come in and deactivate it, which normally last
my
year they didn't
God.
have to do that.
That must be
Jesus
like the
Christ.
like they must have been fucking pissed. They're like
Yeah,
we're firefighters, you know. Like,
right.
We
Mhm.
fight fires.
And they were
We don't
absolutely
fight
pissed. But
alarms.
eventually the fire department came in and then they turned it off. We got back into class and about like 5 minutes passed, and then some jackass pulls it again.
No. You're kidding. You're kidding me.
And then
Your
Did the
school
firefighters
is
leave
filled
before
with
the
the
dude
most
did it?
privileged motherfuckers in the world. The
That-
firefighters come in so pissed off they have to come deal with an alarm. Like, we could be saving
Yeah.
lives right now. Your fucking students at your school decided, yeah, come
Fucking
back.
prank
Let's
'em.
continue that conversation.
Robbie,
You all
it's funny
pranked the
after that
fire
because like
department.
that one fortunately only lasted like not even like 10 seconds. It was literally like they already were like, oh fuck this kid, and they deactivated it.
They tased
But I
him.
said
the
to my
shit out
friends,
of
because
them.
we were dying laughing, I looked at them and I said, I swear to God, if it goes off again, I'm gonna laugh my fucking ass. And then beep, someone else pulled it.
Okay,
So
serious
Must have
question
blamed
here.
you.
Serious question here.
Motherfucker
How
pulled
the
it 3
hell
times.
did your teacher just continue teaching through the alarm?
No, what happened was the first time it was pulled, it was like, okay, class, like this will eventually turn off. Like this won't go on for like 5 minutes. But after like several minutes of this, where it was just distracting and ear-piercingly loud. They were like, okay, we're going to step out into the parking lot because that is just extremely distracting and it's like making me go insane.
Extremely loud and incredibly close.
Yeah, and we ended up going in the parking lot, and the fire fucking department finally came in.
The fire fucking
The fire
department.
fucking
department
Yeah, the
that
fire
studies
fucking
Fire
fire
fucking
fires.
motherfucking department.
They came in, deactivated it. We all went back in. When we sat down, some fucking asshole pulled it again. And then as soon as they deactivate it, literally like 10 seconds later, someone else pulled it.
No.
It's amazing. Motherfucker pulled it 3 times.
I wonder if it was the same guy all 3 times.
I hope so.
That's his legacy, is the fire.
Like when he's like 40 years old and he's telling the story to his kids, like, I once pulled a fire alarm, went off for 37 minutes. The fire department had to come and turn it off. So I did it again, and then they turned it off, and then I did it again. So those are my high school years.
Yeah.
I
Stay in school.
When
Be
I
good.
was in high school, well, I was known as the fire guy.
I hope that it was 3 different people.
One year I
Because
set off the
it's
fire
like a
alarm
tag
16
team.
times.
Right.
Another year.
The fire.
But he actually did.
The
'cause he
Office
sucked.
2004.
The seats are so cramped. Like there's no room whatsoever. I'm just lucky I had an aisle seat, but it was hell. It was not a
Did
good
it
time.
hurt like you?
So in comparison,
He
Delta
even
had.
said hell. Like, I thought he was
We
gonna
need
do
to explain that because I know that for the rest of this
You
week,
no one has any clue what that means.
we need to explain it because we're going to be saying
Spencer,
it
you
for
explain
forever. Okay, so Chris and I really like Blink-182, and
I like him too, bro.
yeah, and Connor.
Oh, okay, name all their albums in a row. Go.
Okay, Blink-182.
Incorrect.
I give up.
I give up.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that was fucking gatekeeping you just did.
I
Right
did.
there. Anyway,
I still like fucking Blink-182 without knowing all their
Blink-182.
albums in order. Like that's like saying like I fucking what's like something that's like I like soda, but I don't know every soda that was released in order of like release state.
So Spencer, what's
See, fuck this guy.
IRL?
so okay. My favorite song.
You know what also happens when
Oh
I'm
my
with you
God.
people? You guys bully me, fucking like crazy.
Dude, I'm trying to explain the joke that you find funny.
You're bullying him.
How?
Stop the bullying. 2018.
Stop. Get some help.
Get some help. Pro tip: lose weight.
Okay.
Alright, yes.
So my favorite song by Blink-182 is off of the 2011 album Neighborhoods. It's called Ghosts on the Dance Floor, and this is also one of his.
I knew that. Don't
also-
fucking
No,
look
you
at
didn't.
He's like fucking did.
This is
He
also
knows it.
it's also one
Yeah.
of his favorites.
My
too.
second favorite.
And you know, one of the lyrics towards the end of the song is "I felt your ghost tonight, and God, it felt like hell." And on one of the live versions of the song that we looked up on YouTube, Tom DeLonge is really he's. I don't really,
Drunk or something.
I don't
He
know.
wasn't playing nice
No,
here.
I don't really know what his deal was, but he was on the stage performing, and he sang like really off key, like it did not sound very pleasant.
He
and
forgot consonants. Like it was nothing but just vowels.
and when he delivered the line, "And God, it felt like hell," it was like he didn't try to actually say it. It was like he went, "God." And we found that shit so funny. Like we have been saying this all.
It's just like if you
damn
ever
day.
like mess up a pronunciation, I just immediately think of that now.
Yeah.
Like he's like, how am I?
And then we were playing Rock Band, and then we started singing the guy. We were like in song, so like 21 Guns.
We went.
You're like,
God. 3, 2, 1. God. It was the dumbest thing.
You just hear like the
Look at the. Oh my god, the audio
the
just
drums.
like blew out.
Yeah, and it was just like boom,
boom, boom, boom.
God. And dude, every time we hit God, I couldn't breathe.
But Robby kept
Meanwhile, I was there singing my soul out.
Like,
because I'm a.
So
performer.
back to what we were originally talking about.
The flights.
What were we originally?
The
Oh
flights.
yeah.
because both of my siblings are in college, and like
Like, what do you do with all your time?
Masturbate.
Dude, I was gonna let him get to that himself.
20 minutes.
Okay, so what is next on the docket? Stop! Who the fuck?
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
I want to zoom in on my face in editing.
That was perfect. I have never seen Spencer be like that ever. Spencer's like,
I tickled his foot and then immediately looked at him and went,
he was like the least pranky guy who will like do something just to weird you out. He never does that. He's always one reacting to what other people do.
Yeah.
And he legit looked Connor dead in the eye and went, he did a sexy little eyebrow raise like, you like that?
if you want, I can do round 2.
Do me. Wait.
Oh, stop, man. No, it's not the same. What's next on the docket?
The docket?
Yeah.
And transition.
It's a segue.
Did you give this?
Yeah.
Come your 21st, come your 21st birthday, you're fucked.
Bag full of stuff. That's it. So you're waiting for the buses to come pick you up. Buses come pick you up. You load up on the bus. Everything's quiet. You have your drill sergeant on the bus. Immediately, as soon as you get on there, heads down, heads in your bag. You're not allowed to see where you're going. So then they either drive you around for like 15 minutes to an hour, depends on like your personal experience.
Yeah.
And then like you get there, and usually it's like a block down the street, and they just drove in circles for that long. Like as soon as the bus comes to a stop, get the fuck out of my bus! Like, go, like
safety is a must.
Whenever
you ride the bus.
Like literally, like you can sprint off that bus. You can climb out the windows. Like you can do anything. You can get off that bus in like a millisecond. No, you fucked up. You got
Not
off
fast
that,
enough.
You got that off that bus too slow. So like one thing that actually happened was the one kid was so stressed out he fell down the stairs of the bus.
No way!
Right, so he falls down the stairs of the bus. And he passed out while he was falling.
Shit.
So he's laying on the ground just like this, unconscious. Big drill sergeant comes up, goes over Tom, goes, "Wake the fuck up!" and slaps him across the face. The kid just goes, you just see, boom. He's like coming to, and he's like, yeah, this big drill sergeant Tom just, "You fucking worthless piece of like so like the kid's like scrambling to get like up and like out there or anything. So anyway, so like
They go around to all these videos and rate 1 star and say, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you! You sound like you are uneducated piece of shit because you cuss so much. You're a fat motherfucker! Fat Mickey D motherfucker! You're so fucking fat! Gay! What the fuck, guys? Here, I'm okay. Some are good. Some are good. You suck! Dude, sorry, I thought okay. You suck. Pro tip, lose weight. What the fuck?